I'm waiting to be heard.
It's so many things. Totally went right 100% of the time.
Ah,
Oh, I heard that.
Woo!
Oh, who lives in a pineapple? No.
Well, now that we're back and none of those words were heard, let's restart and go. Ah.
That's a
Ah.
that's not
different
until
game.
next month.
You
Yeah,
know what?
that's a different game.
I can't be here. I can't. I gotta go. I gotta
Ah,
not be here. Anywho, hey
Go back to the start.
everybody! Thank you for joining us. My name's Sid. I'll be your dungeon master for this evening. Thank you all for joining us. You're amazing. Starting with our opening announcements, thanks to our favorite goose mouse, Mackie. This way. Thank you.
You're welcome again.
Yay! Thank you. Also, thank you to thank you to our artists. Thank you to
Who's
Carly.
bear?
Thank you to Carly at Ace. No, not correct. Thank you to Carly at Cinderheart Studios for these amazing name tiles and for this amazing logo. I remembered the things as I was saying them. These tiles are great. I love them. I'm on my game. Secondary, thank you to the background artist Lycal because it's a great background. It's Capital City Osen. Anywho, a great one. Thank you to Lycal. These will all be in the chat below. Who else do we thank? All of our Twitter.
Do you not have the script in front of you?
I was looking for it right now.
You had like 20 minutes during the. Oh my god.
I had to do different DM things and stream prep things and then fix the audio. Thank you to Maps by Che and PQ. Those will probably be present. Thank you to Arcane Anthems for some music we might hear later today. You can find all of those artists in our chat below. Thank you for posting those. And then a huge thank you to all of you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being an amazing community. Thanks for joining us in the chat, watching me totally get this first try. I did amazing
First
right off the
try.
bat.
First
And then
try.
come join our moderated Twitch chat. I have it open in front of me now. Come join our moderated Twitch chat where we have cool emojis and fun peeps to talk to. And then for our donation tiers, which is the other thing I do, for $1 or 100 bits for our D&D donation abilities, you can grant guidance or a +1 to a player's rolls. For $3 or 300 bits, you can grant guidance or a D6 to a player's rolls. And for $10 or 1,000 bits, new character who dis grant a custom NPC for the stream. That information will also be in the chat below. Bloop, there it is.
yeah.
Woo! I'm gonna take a quick sip of water.
So I'd wear my thing I got from the Ren Fair tonight.
Beautiful, lovely. Anywho's, that is all of the announcements. So we're good. I said all of the things. So let's just get into it. Let's just hop right on in. Let's just jump in. Whew. Thank you. Where last we left our players, they had just finished the lunch period of their first day of courses for the new year. Having made a couple of new friends, waking up in libraries or morning training or various bedrooms, the party had coalesced to their first class of the day, enjoying some very imaginative times with Professor Wizette and then their secondary class with Magical Theory and Professor Moriarty. And as they slowly got to spend time with each other and enjoy the wonders and horrors of the new school year, some students awful, some very nice to meet, we now end their lunch period as they each scurry off to the next course of the day, having started a food fight during lunch and being properly punished for it.
I don't think we were punished for it.
We definitely weren't.
No.
That's right, you weren't. Some students were punished for it.
Mm-hmm. We managed to make everyone else look bad.
Unclear on what's gonna happen, but you do know that two particular students, a David Willow and a Miss what was her name?
Yeah, we created a serial killer. It's fine.
Delacroix.
Yeah, Rebecca Delacroix, I believe, or Stacy, or one of those like names.
Her name's Rebecca. Stacy is her friend who was talking.
That's right.
It's a little hard for you because you're pretty sure they're the same person copied over, even though you know they're not.
Awesome. I don't. What is happening?
Where are these noises? Where are they coming from? Anywho, now that has, so now you are all leaving the cafeteria for after your lunch period, after having started a food fight and successfully blamed it on 2 other students.
I believe Huge over there took off in human form.
Yes.
That I did. I snuck out in my human form to make sure that the other students wouldn't be following me.
Mm-hmm. So you managed to sneak out in human form. And the rest of you, what are you doing?
What was the class that we had to go to?
You have... It was, I believe, Alchemy is next.
All right, then I guess I'm heading to Alchemy.
For all of you. You share... Alchemy class is usually shared between the 1st and 5th years. So from 1st to 5th year, everyone shares Alchemy.
Oh, so will my little brother be in this class?
He will be in this class.
Awesome.
Also, I'm going to update your
Did
camera.
they at least split it up? Because it seems dangerous to put 5th years and 1st years in the same room of the same type of alchemy thing.
Oh, yeah, so it's usually pretty... So, for you, this will be your first class, so you'll find out as you walk in. You'll
Can
find out how it works.
Do I see Lucian and my brother walking?
Yes, Lucian is doing... actually, make a perception check for me to see where they are exactly.
Perception.
Yes.
So that is going to be 12.
With a 12, it is a little difficult to see them because every student has left the cafeteria, and there are a lot of older and larger students than your sibling and his friends. So they're a little smaller than maybe... You're looking around trying to spot just some kids, but you think you for a moment spot them and then realize, nope, it's just a halfling, but they're the same height. So you're having a hard time spotting them. They seem to be not immediately visible in this crowd of students.
Okay. Good to know.
Whoop. What are the rest of you doing? Or are you all
I'm
just
just
heading
heading
to
to
class? Okay.
Yep.
I'm
Perfect.
probably gonna duck into a bathroom just to change back into my satyr form before I go to class, because that's what everyone knows me under.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just going to class.
Perfect. So as you are heading on over to class, the alchemy class is almost next to botany. It is at the top of the hill, where the botany class is at the bottom of the hill. So there is a small sort of circular stone hill that most of the classes sit on. Botany is at the bottom of that, and then alchemy is at the top of that hill, along with, I believe, the your alchemy class, as well as the blacksmithing and rune creating class. So you head into alchemy, and right from the entrance, for you, Salem, this is the first time you've been to the alchemy classroom, so it is new to you. It is a large sort of white and purple building with some giant vials of bubbling liquid, some of them just sitting there in like massive stoppered containers that are the size of about 5 feet or so, and then others are cauldrons filled with just actively brewing potions and elixirs with magical, like, silver sticks that seem to be stirring them constantly. And these are all just sitting outside of it. You can see a chimney for smoke pouring out of the building itself. It's a pretty large building. It looks maybe like the size of a standard a 2-story house. It's pretty large for a classroom, you would think.
Mm-hmm. Do they have pudding wrestling?
Do they have pudding wrestling?
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments.
What?
And...
Wait.
I didn't even look at that. A pudding
I thought you were talking about
wrestling?
Chio, bro. It's really gross. Let me tell you, I've done it.
That's disgusting.
That's a whole nother story.
Listen, that was earlier when you guys had the arcane paste food fight and some people started tackling each other. That was earlier.
Listen, nothing can compete with how disgusting the mud show was.
Okay. There's so many stories I have to hear later. But no, so you see that there are a couple of students milling about outside of it, sort of like waiting till the very last minute before they have to go to class. Others have already just like pushed through. They're like large, wide glass doors that you can see through into the first sort of hallway of the building.
Do I see Eugene anywhere?
Eugene, you had said you ducked out to turn back into your satyr form, correct? Okay, and you are now.
I'd go into a bathroom to make sure that it was private and like nobody could see, and then I'd come back out.
Okay, perfect. So you ducked out, changed into your satyr form, and then hurried on back. So yeah, you would probably spot. Or Eugene, were you hiding? Even when you turned back into your satyr form, were you still trying to?
Yeah, I'd just kind of be trying to avoid a lot of people's eye.
So
like,
would you be
happened?
stealth check hiding?
Yeah, because it's not going to do much anyways.
All right, so roll a stealth check, and you will roll perception, Salem, or investigation.
Is it not my passive?
Well, you said you were actively looking.
That's
Well,
fair.
even if you were just passively trying to see me, you would see me. That's a total of 5.
Okay, well then yeah, your passive would probably spot him.
I just wasted a 17. Come on.
But yeah, so your passive, I mean, well, with that 17, you definitely spot him.
Well, it's a 20 in total.
That's
I just wasted
multiple crits if it were a different system. So, yeah, you definitely managed to spot Eugene in the crowd.
Okay. I'm gonna keep a distance from them, just make sure that they're okay. I'm watching.
Yeah, you see Eugene. They don't look like they were physically injured in any way. Maybe a little goo on them, some little arcane paste on the shoulder that's yet to be brushed off because I just didn't notice it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't particularly care about how I look, so I just kind of see it and I'm just like,
And for the other two, you said you were looking for your brother, Wilret, and then Cornelius.
Yeah, before getting close to class, I'll try and grab him. Specifically, Lucian, not my brother.
You're looking specifically for Lucian. Lucian's much easier to spot.
Okay. I mean, yeah, if I see him while walking,
Then yeah,
probably end up cornering him.
you're gonna corner this 11-year-old. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he is definitely much easier to spot than your brother. You see him sort of walking. He has like a very stiff posture and a stiff like back as he's carrying far too many books for one student and what looks like copies of the same book. So you do spot him not far from you.
Yeah, no, I'd go up to him and kind of like tap him on the shoulder and be like, come here real quick.
I no.
We won't be late for class. We won't be late for class. I just have to talk to you real quick.
I can't. And you just hear a voice like peep up next to you, and it goes, "No, we're fine." It is the sound of your brother's voice. You don't see him, but you
Okay,
hear
first
him.
of all, I don't know where the fuck you are.
Oh, I'm Can you stop the thing? And I sort of like that same crystal shield you had seen in the cafeteria shimmers into light before disappearing.
I half expected this kid to have the fucking cloak of invisibility.
Right, yeah,
Yes.
like Harry.
It's goddamn Harry.
It's Harry Potter right over here.
Burns, I promise.
And
I'm not going to do anything bad. I just want to talk to your friend real quick. Real fast. We won't be late for class.
Are you
When
gonna
you
give him
say
a
when you
talk?
say not
I mean-
bad, do you mean like you're not? Are you gonna punch him in the stomach and not the
No.
face?
There will be no physical violence against your friend.
I don't believe that, but I'm gonna trust you because you're my brother,
I promise on my axe.
and also and then you see your brother just kind of like taps the side of Lucian's shirt, and a little like rune appears on the side of it. He just goes, "Okay."
You're being really dramatic right now.
I feel like you're gonna hit him.
I'm not going to hit him. I'm not going to hit him. I don't hit everything.
You'll shove him, and
I'm not going to shove him.
I'll just. And you see they have like this
Can I
little
hear
back.
this?
I mean, yeah. Well, did you hide yourself wandering off from the group? Did you hide that you left, Wilret?
No, I just walked over
Then,
to
yeah,
my...
I mean, they're not super far. You could definitely
No.
hear not the exact words, but sort of just like you just hear. I thought you were gonna hit him.
And
we see a lot of like, come on.
Yeah, it's a lot of like come on gestures between two siblings. I'm just like, it's not that bad.
and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, do you remember that time you hit me?" And then I'm gonna walk away.
I didn't hit them. That's a lie. Didn't do it. How about this?
Does
If
Wilrit still have my books?
Wilbur does still have your books.
Probably,
I
probably.
assume you two are together. Like,
Yeah, okay, then I am there. I will also vouch. That did not happen.
I'll make you a deal. If I hit your friend, you can practice your magic on me for a week without any complaints.
That's a good deal.
No complaints. You can practice on me all you want.
Yes. You see your brother holds his hand out for a moment to shake it before, but we don't need to. Never mind.
I'll spit on my hand and hold it out.
He goes, "Nah, you're so gross. That's so gross.
It's not gross. Get over it.
It's a little gross. Come on.
If you think that's gross, just wait for Alchemy, kiddo.
It's not. That's like gross, but oh yeah, I have to go." And you see your brother turns and just
I'll look at him like real quick. I promise you, won't be late for class. I just want to talk to you real fast.
Lucian is like, you see how somehow he's gotten stiffer. Like he was standing rigidly straight, and yet somehow it's more. He just seems to like stiffen and like slowly get tenser the more you look at him. He goes, right, hello. I can't. He's holding a bunch of books. I can't really Sets them on the ground. Hello, and he does like a little. He reaches his hand out for a handshake, takes it back, and then does a little bow.
Hey.
Right. Is there a problem?
No, just before you freak out, it's fine.
What?
I don't know how much Burns has told you about our family. But I saw you watching out for him during the food fight.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yes. I realize you probably would want to do that instead of me, and my apologies.
No.
To make sure he was safe.
I just wanted to say thank you. That was it. And I appreciate you looking out for Burns.
Thank you.
We come from a kind of a rough neighborhood.
Oh,
and magic isn't really a good thing where we're from.
Oh, that's.
So I tried my hardest when we were growing up to keep Burns out of trouble and, not bullied for it. But so that's all. I just want to say thank you. If you ever need anything or if someone's messing with you guys, just let me know and I'll take care of it.
Thank you. This is not what I thought was going to happen. I thought you were going to hit me.
No. I mean, if my brother starts wiping his face after every bite, then I might have to hit you.
He shouldn't wipe his face if he has like mess on
it's
there.
Fine. He's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go before.
But that was it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having a great brother. I don't know. And he just picks up the books and walks out. Actually, before that happens,
before he picks up the books, can I see what the books are?
Yes. And can you also make an insight check for me?
Me?
Yes, Cornelius.
Okay.
As he picks up the books, let me pull up the name of them. You do see a couple of them. One of them is Advice on Potions and Their Uses by Iron Monroe. Fantastic Herbs by Dillian Grove. The Fundamental Handbook of Arcane Permutations by Odessa, which you recognize as the required textbooks for first years.
Oh, okay. So they're just regular textbooks. My insight check was a whole 3.
A whole 3. You do see also 2 books, one without a title at all. It just looks like a notebook of some kind or a journal. You're not exactly sure. And then the other one, what was the name of that book? Can you read Elvish?
Nope.
It is something in Elvish.
All right, cool.
But those are the books you see. So one of them doesn't have a cover. So you see 3 required textbooks, one without a cover, and one in Elvish that you're not exactly sure what it says. But those are the books. And you said your insight was a whole 3.
Yep.
Looking at Lucian, he seems like just the most nervous you've ever seen a child be around someone, where he just looks like he's he looks pristine, but you can see just for a brief moment just sweat. He looks so nervous and uncomfortable before he just books it with his books.
All right.
I look. Am I really that scary?
I
that-
don't think you're that scary at all, but apparently he does.
I get that a lot.
Hmm.
I don't think I'm that scary either. I'm straightforward. And yes, I tend to punch things a lot.
Well, some things need to be punched.
I agree. Some things need to get punched.
And if you're afraid of getting punched, maybe that means you needed to be punched for something we don't know about.
I like that reasoning, actually. That's really good reasoning. Really? Yeah. Yeah. We should probably go so we're not late. I know you don't want to be late. I don't care. But
Yes, I don't
we
want to
make
be late.
sure you're not
Let's
late.
go.
Yeah, so you each walk into the alchemy classroom, and as you step inside, the first sort of entryway is just a long hallway with a couple of lockers along the sides and like cabinets for people to put things into. You also see this is where a lot of students will store their protective gear if they don't want to bring it back to their dorms with them, or if there's any kind of stains or any hazardous chemicals get on your gear, you leave it here. But this is also where you need to put your books. You have to put away anything that is not specific to this class. You are allowed to bring any weapons that are not made of, I believe, like, draconic metals of any kind.
Okay.
Which I don't believe any of you have on you. I'll let you know. And you have to be wearing your protective either shoes or gloves in this class. So if you either you brought them with you and they're in your backpack, or if they're in your cabinet, you'd have to grab those here. And then past that is where the building opens up from just a small hallway for students to like put on their outer coats into an actual full-size classroom. It looks like a large lecture room, and then at the center of it is a massive alchemical station with just pots and what looks like a massive like floating rune stone. It is swirling in the air in a sort of like purple glow. There is a what are they called? A chemical station on one table with a spinning sort of top that's holding a centrifuge. That's what it's called. Holding a couple of vials of liquid that's already spinning and going. There's a blackboard at the back of the classroom that is covered in like one half is covered in just like a long string of equations that you all know has been there for at least a month now, just sitting there and like slowly added to each day, and then the other half is blank, which is what gets updated with your class schedule as class progresses. There are in the back as well a couple of extra cabinets, which are where the alchemical components are stored. There's a small little like window greenhouse where there are the plants that require being in sunlight or moonlight that are sitting there, waiting to be picked and plucked if they need to be used fresh. But there are no assigned seats in this classroom as well. What is up with the cams?
Oh. I'll drop off Cornelius's books wherever they sit.
You don't have that thing running, do you?
What thing?
The thing that you discussed the last time that caused the issues?
No, I do not. I made sure it was off.
Okay.
It's always my camera.
Yeah, which is why I was like, what? So for a
It's
moment
fine.
it was just easy. But yeah, anywho. I changed the setting real quick. So it should be good now.
Makes it look like you have a goatee, though.
Damn straight I do. I'd look gray with facial hair.
Jealous.
Just saying.
You know, normally. Anyways.
But anywho, yeah, so that is what you all see. There are no assigned seating, so you can sit wherever you would like.
Yeah, I mean,
Spaces aren't divided by class either.
Oh, that's right. They are divided. That was the thing I said earlier. They're not divided by like assigned seating, more just the sort of general acceptance of the younger you are, the further back you're going to sit. Just because they don't usually have the first years are not sitting up front in the middle of like in front. Like the first row is probably the closest to the alchemical station, so they don't have the first years there. But
they accept that there's danger, but
Yes.
they care less about the older students.
Older students are usually expected to know how to protect themselves by then. Is more the thing, because you've been in this class for about 5 years now. So if you don't know how to protect yourself from the splash zone, that's on you. Each table, there isn't assigned seating, but there are individual tables, if that makes sense. So each table seats about 4 students for
How
no particular
convenient.
reason.
Yeah, the moment I see Eugene, I'm gonna grab them and then push them towards the table.
Some of the older 5th-year students have already wandered to like the very first seats and are just sitting there and like pulling out notebooks.
I guess I'll
Arm
actually
around the
just
shoulder.
I'll just sit next to Cornelius.
Hi.
Probably the closest I've ever sat in a class.
Probably so, because he will sit as far up as he can.
Usually in this class, you try, Wilret, as much as you can to get away with sitting with the first years, purely because
All the time.
no one notices you back there and no one calls on the first year, so you just like lay there.
Yeah. I'll also begrudgingly put on the protective boots because I usually don't wear shoes.
Yeah, they are going to ask you. You have definitely been told multiple times to just put them on, even if you don't plan on paying attention. Just like, you should really be wearing those. But yeah,
Shoes.
Are you secretly just still in the first year? Is that what it is?
I've actually failed every year. I'm just a 16-year-old first year.
Yeah.
it's exactly what it is.
That's the fact. I just go to whatever class I feel like.
But no, okay, so yeah, you all sit down. There are tables with mysteriously only 4 seats for no particular reason that I don't. You don't need. No one needs to think about. But yeah, as you all sit there, the professor has not entered just yet, but Professor Paradise is known for being a little bit late, so that's not super confusing.
I have to be honest with all of you. I've never sat this close in a class before.
Oh. Well, it's not all bad, really. Yeah.
You are in for a treat then. The closer you sit in this class, the more exciting it is.
I'm gonna
It's
pay
also-
attention, aren't
it's
I?
Mildly terrifying, but if you know how to handle yourself, you're quite typically good.
I will ask, which of you would care the most about classes like alchemy and chemistry? Probably Cornelius?
Definitely
I
not
mean,
Wilret.
Cornelius likes all his classes, so
That's fair.
probably.
'Cause I
I
will
pay
say,
some attention, but not a lot.
true. I would say you're probably the only one who's super familiar with this class then, and how it's kind of a mixed bag on what you're going to get of, am I going to get a real class or am I going to get a small explosion in my face? Usually for the 5th years where it's just like, oh, that potion didn't go right. Have fun with that. But for the most part, it's a pretty decent class to have. But yeah, you have not
I
spent
would
a lot
like
of
to
time here.
do a check to see where all the exits are.
Yes. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Not perception
Or,
to see
or
where
I
they
guess,
all are.
or perception. Either one.
I will I will fight this to the death. That investigation's touch, perception is C.
I mean, well, perception is C, but investigation
Perception is big picture, investigation is little picture.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, if you are actively looking for something, you are investigating for it. You are looking for it. But I will.
Fine. If it's
that's why-
investigation, it's an 18. If it's perception, it's a 19.
So I usually give investigation or perception, and then depending on which one you use, it changes what I say.
I will fight.
I mean, look, you can roll either one. What I say will
No.
just change. But which one did you actually roll?
Izzy's gonna fight with me.
Here.
18 investigation.
An 18 investigation. You spot that there are a good number of exits in this classroom. There are 2 all the way in the back, next to each of. There are 2 with like little runic emergency signs above them, like that are like a bright red that kind of slowly pulse in and out for the emergency doors on the back. The exit the one that you just came into is also an exit. There are 2 side doors as well. Those don't have the same like lit up runes above them, but there are 2 doors on each side that can also let you out. There's a skylight above you to let in natural light. If you perhaps needed to just burst out of the roof, those are all available to you.
So what you're telling me, there's a lot of vantage points here. All right, I'll just keep my eyes out.
There are a lot of vantage points, yes.
I'm going to habitually cast mage armor on myself.
Val.
You know what? I am also going to do that when I see you doing that.
You see a couple of the older years also cast mage armor, or some of them slap a rune on like the back of their hand. As most students, especially the older ones, know, and protection is definitely needed for this. There's a lot of abjuration wards going on by students in this class.
I pull out my notebook and just start doodling. And there's like no notes written in my book. It is just doodles.
You have never taken a single note in your entire life.
Nope. I'm surprised it's me in high school. I don't know how I passed it. I didn't take notes. Sorry, high school teachers. I know you're not watching.
They might be.
Doubtful.
If they're watching, weird. Hi.
If they're watching, I have some things I have to tell you.
I have some concerns. I have some actual concerns. So yeah, you cast mage armor on yourself, Salem, and Cornelius. Was there anything else you wanted to do, Cornelius? Or was it just the mage armor?
Just mage armor. I don't really have anything else that I can use to defend myself.
That is fair. So you all are sitting there for about 10 minutes. And after around 10 minutes, you start realizing people are like, where is Professor Paradise?
So after 10 minutes, we can just go home, right? That's the rules?
Yep,
After
I'm going to start
10
packing up.
One of the fifth years goes, it's 15, but no.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, I guess we'll wait another 5 minutes.
I'm like halfway taking my boots off.
And as you do hear that, the doors behind you burst open.
Damn it!
Just the moment you wait, and you see a frizzy brown hair. So the sort of humanoid figure with frizzy brown hair, pale skin, large black goggles over their face, a long white lab coat with a brown sort of smock over it. They've got a bandolier of potions on the side, and like thick leather. Actually, looking at them, they look like Tarrasque hide boots. As they rush into the class, and they just go, they wave their hand and the doors slam behind them, and they just go, right, okay. We're going to start soon, but if any guards or officers of any kind come in here and ask if you've seen me, I'm not here right now, so just give me one moment. And you see
I raise my hand.
You are raising your hand as they have fully opened one of the lockers and climbed into it and just closed it. They're like, right, okay, so while I'm in here, get your alchemical kits out and start brewing the base for a potion. And they just slam it shut.
I'm gonna cast encode thoughts and pull that strand right out of there.
That just goes
Put it
both
with
of
the
us.
other one.
Both of us. It just goes straight in the notebook.
They had me at that I'm here and lost me at do work. Just lost me again.
You see the fifth years seem to have already just like, all right, well, this is going to be happening. Well, you can hear the murmuring behind you of younger students going, are we supposed to, is this,
I'm gonna look over at Ribbits. I'm gonna look over at Ribbits and tell them to go look under the, like, go outside the room.
You send
and watch from the other door.
All right.
If I see that, I'm probably gonna send Thursday out with you, with Ribbits.
Thursday and Ribbits, you two head out. Will Rhett
Can
and Cornelius?
can Thursday get under the door?
No.
I mean,
just kind of
technically, yeah.
I guess if a cat's head can fit, it can get through.
And there's no skin or muscle preventing her from moving and flattening out all of her bones.
flatten out the bones and go.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Bone pancake.
Yeah, I mean, because I was gonna say, I'm like, she does just have to be a bone pancake. The downside is most of the doors don't open. Like, they don't have an underneath; they're kind of sealed. But they do open when someone steps towards them. Ribbits isn't heavy enough to open it, but actually, no, Ribbits is heavier than the bone cat. So, yeah.
Oh.
Your cat's made of bones. I don't know how much that weighs. I don't know how much a cat's got.
Not a lot.
Yeah, they have pretty thin bone. You know what? It's enough. They combined weigh enough to open the door as if it is the step of someone.
Here's something I never thought I'd type into Google.
How much do cat bones weigh?
Up to 5 pounds.
Okay, that's reasonable. There are definitely smaller students who weigh less. Who don't always
5
weigh.
pounds?
There are
Oh,
pixies.
well,
Yeah.
that's fair. We are not in the real world. For a moment, I was like, if your child is less than 5 pounds, we have a whole different conversation to have.
No, there are
God.
definitely some fairy students who do
Whew.
weigh less than 5 pounds by virtue of being about 2 inches tall.
Yeah, no, I forgot for a moment that we were in a fantastical. Ooh, got real scared there for a moment.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just like sitting there doodling. Like, all right, do I even have that book?
Are we?
I don't know.
Are we to understand you're in trouble?
Salem, I just start working on the potion base. It doesn't typically get explained. It just happens. We'll just do our thing.
Eugene, Cornelius, you two I think have taken this class before, so you would know. This is new. This, at least, specific situation is brand new. You've never had your teacher come in and say, the guards are after me. But you have definitely had them tell you to just start something while they go and do something else. They're like, yeah, start on your potion base and I'll get back to giving you the rest of the instructions. But the guard part is new.
It's like the whole the whole crime thing is kind of new. Like, but I wouldn't put it past them with the people like Professor Moriarty from earlier. So I don't know. We might be being taught by a bunch of criminals, and the guards might have actually caught up to this one in the first place. So I don't know.
Can I borrow your hand for a second? I'm going to put my hand out.
Yeah, but hand.
Okay, I'll hold your hand and then go into my ability to see through my frog's eyes.
Oh, are you trying to share that vision with Eugene?
No, I'm just trying to, because I lose all my senses while I'm in there. I'm holding their hands, so I know. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you will be able to share your vision. I will just check real quick, Cornelius, if you were doing anything before I cut to this scene.
I will just start making my potion base, I guess, if I know how to do that.
Yeah, so most patients start with like the same base ingredients of like a good amount of water. Sometimes they'll use like specific types of reagents. So you're not sure, you're thinking you'll probably be making a generic potion instead of anything specialized. If this is going to be like a basic potion space of like starting with water and then like a bit of reagents and maybe I gotta remember the name of this plant. But I think senna was the name of it, so that you add in to like give it the more magical base. So there are a couple of like just basic ingredients to every potion.
All right.
Yeah,
Are there?
Squeeze my hand twice if we're in danger. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
While I'm waiting to find out what's on the other side.
Whole time I'm holding your hand, it's just like this, while I am very cautiously trying to start my potion base with one hand.
Yeah, it is a little
Anyways,
difficult.
Cornelius.
Yeah. Is there a table of first years who look really confused about how to start a potion base?
Yeah, there are definitely a couple of first years in the back who are just like, so what's and they're like flipping. You see a couple of them are like showing a book to each other, and you realize it is the first year alchemy book, and they're just like, what is it this one? I don't. It doesn't say it in the book.
Excuse me. I can help you guys.
Oh, that would be helpful. And you notice the face. You recognize the face. It is. It's Wilret's brother, Ben.
Oh, well, I will definitely help the table that Wilret's brother's sitting at make their potion base and teach them while I go if I can.
Yes. Go. What role is teaching?
I think it's probably based on what
Intelligence?
skill you're using.
Yeah.
Performance?
And I'm like, performance or
I don't know,
guess-
because I none of my teachers were ever performative.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can. So performance or for potions, that would probably be
Survival for potions or nature,
Arcana.
medicine,
Arcana.
Okay, but
Performance.
Speaking
Arcana?
from
I like Arcana.
Are you
but also
proficient in?
speaking from experience, the entire American education system is performative. What the fuck are you talking about?
True, but this isn't America, so they're trying harder. They're all criminals, but yet trying
doesn't
harder
take
somehow.
much.
Yeah, well, they're stepping up from the floor to like step one, and I'll take step one at this point. But yes, Arcana. You can roll Arcana to try and teach them.
All right.
At least at this school, they admit they're criminals.
Digital dice seem to betray me as much as real ones. That is a
No.
12.
No.
Oof.
You're the lucky thing is it's a DC 10 because potion base is pretty easy to teach, and you're pretty good at this. You've been taking these classes for a while, and you've never failed a test or failed a quiz or gotten any kind of bad grade. So yeah, you were able to teach them how to like mix in the water with like the sort of powdery reagents that are required for each potion, and then you like show them how to specifically dip in. So like Senna, you teach them like they're about to throw it in, and it's not you throw it in, you have to slowly dip it in and mix it as it dissolves. And you're able to properly teach them how to create just the base of a generic potion.
All right, cool. I'm oblivious to what the rest of my group is doing
Yes.
because I'm doing this.
And while that is happening, I'm gonna cut to Salem and your vision with Ribbits. So you sent Ribbits and Thursday out. So they had stepped out of the classroom, and they, for a moment, just like hopped along because the hallway is pretty empty. You see a couple of straggling students who are like actively trying to figure out if they think they can get out of the class by just ditching entirely. If they like look like they checked in and then left. And then outside, you do see maybe through the like large glass door, you do see one or two guards, not the school's guard who wear the distinct sort of school uniform, but these look like royal guards, like castle
Can I
guards from the capital.
listen in?
Yeah. That's not a check. You just can. Actually, roll stealth just to hide.
And it's the frog
And
stealth, I
Yes,
assume.
frog stealth, and then Eugene, if you could roll stealth for Bone Cat as well.
Do I need to pull up cat stats or?
Yeah, actually, let me pull up cat stats because I don't remember what they are. Or I can roll them for you.
I got it.
I don't remember what cats are.
I found it.
I think it was a toad, though.
18.
Okay, 18 for you.
Sneaky kitty.
Meows. Cats have pretty good
It was-
decks.
Were they a
Ribbit.
giant toad? No, I don't think they were a giant toad.
They
That's
were,
a
no.
li-
I
that's
think
a
you were
large.
just a regular toad.
There's no regular toad.
Regular toad, regular toad.
Ukatoda.
That was a good one. That was really good.
Toad. It doesn't have regular
no,
toad.
it just has frog.
Frog, it's an extra 1, I guess, on top of that, so 16. 15
16.
plus 1.
Okay, so 16, and then you had, Eugene, a 17?
18.
18. Okay. So yeah, you're both able to pretty easily hide. It's much easier for you, the frog, to hide in just like low brush and look like you blend in than the skeleton cat, who's definitely someone's familiar. So yeah, you're able to hide, and you manage to overhear this conversation as you just sort of like hop a little closer to these guards, and you hear, I think they went. Where did they? They came up this hill. We'll have to search each building. Start with that one. Let's see. If you can find them, bring them back. They're going to be tried and arrested. And you see they send out a couple of like contingents. So 3 guards go to one. There are only 3 buildings up here, so 3 to one building, 3 to the other, and then 3 to the building that you were in. But the head guard the one who was shouting out orders, seems to just sort of stand in the center next to this massive stone that's at the center of the hill. And just goes, oh, right, I don't. This school is a nightmare. I hate it so much. Why do we still allow it to be open? But yeah,
Okay.
he seems to be like pacing back and forth, and you see he has a little like small stone in his hand that he just like speaks into every now and then.
Okay. I'm gonna call them to come back. While also, actually, no, I'm gonna have them follow after one of the. Is one of the contingencies coming towards us? The
Yes.
contingents coming
So
towards us.
So there are 3 groups of guards that have split off. 2 of them are going into the other 2 buildings that are up here, and then 1 is coming towards you.
Yeah, I want to keep spying on that one, I guess.
On the guards coming towards you.
Yeah.
Okay, so they push open the glass doors and sort of immediately just start like opening lockers and opening cabinets and going like and like shoving people's things out of the way before opening up another one.
So they're just breaking in everyone's lockers?
They are, yeah, they're opening up lockers and looking inside.
I'm going to leave that view for a second. Okay, this is really bad.
What's going on?
Really bad. How?
They're like royal guards, and I'm still holding your hand. Royal guards, and they said they need to be arrested and tried. And they're breaking
Um,
open lockers.
Well, that's not good.
Do they have is it, are warrants or things here?
Yeah, so warrants are definitely a thing. You need to have permission to break into things before you break into them.
I don't think that they have the right to go into our lockers and look at our own stuff. I mean,
I'm
not
going to
that
go
there's like
back into the
anything there.
vision while they're talking to see if there's anything else happening, if they're getting closer.
Yeah, so going back into the vision, they are definitely getting closer. They have gone through about half of the lockers now, just ripping them open and like pulling people's stuff out. Some of them you see are like notebooks, and like some people's just personal items are getting thrown to the floor.
I mean, should we take care of this?
I will say, as they get closer, you can hear this because people's things are being taken out of their locker and thrown to the ground, and it does make noise. So you see other students are looking around.
Okay, I'm gonna go out of the vision. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna call the frog back to me, and I'm gonna start walking up the stairs towards this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll follow behind.
Frog is.
And I've got your hand, so I'm dragging you with me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't like. Oh,
You definitely do pass by Cornelius.
Yeah. Hey, Cornelius, something's going on out there.
Oh,
I don't know if you wanna come along or if you'd rather stay here, but
would I have finished teaching how to make the potion base by now?
Yes. So you have about 4 students in front of you because you just went to the one table, and there are 2 of them who Ben. I keep always my brain. Ben
Burns.
Bernard. My brain goes Benjamin Bernard, and then like can't. They're the same thing. Burns and Lucian seem to be like listening to you with like rapt attention, and then there are 2 other like twin tieflings who are just sitting there, and they've just been mixing random things into the pot, and you're very concerned about what that's gonna be. Because they have not been listening, they've been grabbing random items and just pouring them. Nothing has exploded, but it keeps changing colors.
Concerned, but also a little curious. But yeah, if I finish teaching them, then I will go with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at Lucian and Burns and be like, "Stay here. No matter what you hear, you need to stay here and stay away from the door."
Oh, yes, stay here, and maybe you can spread the knowledge I just taught you to other first years.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And you see Burns just kind of like gets up and he
That's
goes
a great
to the
idea.
next table and he goes, and Lucian's just following right behind him and he goes, okay. So that cool student, they showed me how to make a potion base. And then they start trying to like, you see they're like repeating, Cornelius, exactly what you said word for word and like trying to copy your voice and cadence too. So they're like, so you add these in and you mix this. And it is, they're actively trying to do exactly what you did for the other students.
All right. Well, then I know they'll be okay. So I will go with Wilret and the others.
Yeah, so you guys manage to step out into the hallway. As you do, the guards are about 90% done with the lockers.
Excuse me, do you have a writ for that?
Yeah, so one of the guards just looks up and goes, students, please return to your classroom. We are currently investigating criminal activity.
Do you have a legal writ to get into those lockers?
You see 2 of them like look at each other and just go, right. And one of them like they have a little like silent conversation that you're not sure if it's message or if it's just looking at each other before one of them takes a step towards you and goes, and they do like the sort of condescending thing adults do where even though they're pretty much the same height as you, they still kneel down and go, right, okay.
Sure.
What seems to be the problem here? You do have class, right?
The problem looks like you're a little too old to be in our class.
That is one of the. You're what? You're pushing 40s?
You see one just goes, ow.
He's like, I'm 22.
I know. He goes, I'm 25. Oh. You see, he gets like a little like ooh in his heart. He goes, ow. Okay.
I never consented to having my locker searched. That's not a thing that can happen unless it's given express permission in some regard.
What they said.
I'm
Is there a
sure.
reward for whatever you're looking for? Just curiosity.
We are looking for a dangerous criminal who broke into the palace last night and stole something. If you have any information about Paradise Thens, please let us know. Which you know is the name of your professor.
You know, I have good memories, but sometimes my memory requires assistance.
I turn and look at you like, what the fuck?
There is no payment, but if you have information and you're withholding it, you will be taken in for questioning.
I don't know anything.
Well, they're supposed to be in class, but we've been waiting here for like 12 minutes. They haven't shown up, so 3 more minutes and I get a day off.
If any of you, and you see they just start like looking at each of you like intently. If any of you, eye contact with each one, know anything about Paradise Ends, you must report it to any of us, to any of the guards you find.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the opposite of an intimidation check? Like, if they are, like, subconsciously intimidating you, what do I have to do?
That's a very good question.
That is a
I'm
good
sitting
question.
here wondering the same thing. Like, okay, I'm playing a goody two shoe. He doesn't know what to think about this.
Mm-hmm. What is the a will save? A wisdom save? What is the effect of, what do you have to save for frightened? That's what I need to check.
Well, I mean, it's charisma is what intimidation is, so it could be a charisma saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
I think fear is wisdom, though.
Yeah, I think.
You make a wisdom saving throw for fear.
Yeah.
Well, whichever one you're going with, these are the ones that I'm proficient in, so thank God.
Yeah, I guess if you're being frightened, because I will say intimidation probably leads to being frightened. So a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom save.
I got a
feel
13.
Hang on, let me look up the passive intimidation, I guess. For a
Guys.
guard.
Guys, I am so sorry.
What?
Did you roll a 1?
Are you a snitch?
Open that too.
Are you snitching? Are you being a snitch?
You better get
If they even
stitches.
start to snitch, I'm going to cover their mouths. That's not.
I believe that.
I'm gonna step up, and even though I'm probably shorter than this person, anyways, I'm gonna go. Well, they were supposed to be in class, but they haven't shown up yet. 3 more minutes, I get a free hour.
Okay, so it's just a flat roll then for intimidation. Let me roll.
You
that
get
roll.
it?
What did you get, by the way, Eugene, for your intimidation?
For my wisdom save,
your
that was
wisdom
a total of 6.
That doesn't really matter when someone, rolls a 2.
Oh, double 2s.
I literally looked up the guard stats. I'm mad. I could have had a nat 20. It like rolled and then it did a little turny on me. It's disgusting.
Ah, yes, the curse of the DM has struck again.
I hate it.
I'm gonna send ribbits to the professor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try to talk to them through ribbits at some point.
Definitely. I will say, ribbits can definitely get there. I will say you all have like maybe one more line if you want to say before ribbits does get there, just because he's
Just
smaller.
underneath Salem's hand, just. Salem, is this really necessary?
Yes.
Oh, and then what was your save, Cornelius? You definitely passed it. I just want to know what it was.
Yeah, it was a 13.
I mean,
so,
you passed a flat 2. So
I'm not going to say anything because out of fear that I will say the wrong thing.
But you look
I
nervous?
at least don't look scared, I guess.
Okay.
Well, Will Ritz busy distracting them.
True.
I'm going to go into ribbits, and I'm gonna say while I'm in ribbits to the professor, you have 1 minute, 1 second to explain what's going on before I rat you out.
Are you saying that to the professor who is in is inside of the locker?
Ribbits is curled up to it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting that the familiars can move around on their own.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hear just like who's
Ribbit.
Okay, that doesn't really explain anything. What do you need to know?
Just what did you do?
Nothing. To warrant the guards.
Okay, that you have 5 more seconds to explain.
All right. I stole something from the palace. It's fine. They didn't need it. It wasn't like it was that bad. I needed a specific type of flower that was only growing in the royal gardens. Or I could revoke my monthly paycheck and take an expedition out of the country.
Did you hurt anyone?
I did trip someone.
Was anyone seriously hurt?
Someone did skin their elbow. So I guess that counts. And I did steal from the Queen's Royal Garden, and I suppose they're a bit mad from that. Seeing as
50 gold and this goes away.
If I had 50 gold, do you think I'd be stealing reagents?
You're just gonna fucking blackmail! Oh my god.
If I had 50, do you think I'd be stealing reagents if I had 50 gold? If I had 50 gold, I'd be taking a vacation.
You'll figure it out. And then I say, not here.
Also,
I think I saw them go that way. That's the information I have. I point in another direction.
You're pointing out of the school, out of the building at least?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then what was that, Will Rat?
oh, I'm just still talking very condescendingly back to them. If you could calm the fuck down, you're scaring the kids in there. Champ.
The champ.
You need to calm down. Calm down.
Apologies for scaring you poor children. We just need to go through some things. We'll check your classroom and then we'll go.
I saw this guy with a flower running away in that direction.
What kind of flower did you say?
Oh, fuck, you saw that too?
Yeah, it was a really rare looking flower. Like I hadn't seen anything like it before. It looked really exotic.
And which direction did you say? And can you make a deception check for me?
Can I assist? Being just
you can assist to give advantage.
It doesn't matter.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, 25 in total.
You see one of the guards like grabs a little stone out of their pocket and goes, Hey, we got him. They're going. They said, where did you say they were going? Which direction?
I saw them head that direction. It looked like they got into a carriage. They were trying to get away, it seemed.
They're going west. We need to follow. You see a couple of the guards go, all right. They don't pick up anything. They just drop whatever it was they had ripped out of the lockers and go.
I'm just going to tap Salem on the shoulder and go like, mm-hmm.
Thanks for cleaning up after yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun at your classes, students. I hope you enjoy your time here. This lovely institution. And they just book it.
Fucking assholes. Everyone all right?
Oh, that was terrifying.
You did good.
Covering my mouth.
I release your mouth.
Okay, thank God. I have a question. If we were going to be deceiving guards, why didn't we just say that they went to the gardens and go after the teacher that just had our lesson where we were all turned that tiny?
I don't know.
I was just following along. I didn't like how they were talking to us.
Me neither, but I was kind of like more in a fight or flight response. I was definitely more flight there. You two are more fight, and that's very good to have. I kind of prefer that. I wish I could do that.
Meh. I believe in you.
I'm gonna go back into Ribbits. I bought you some time. You owe me.
I owe you nothing.
God!
Just go. You call the guards. I am recommending your expulsion.
You think they're gonna? You stole the flower. You still have it on you.
I don't have anything on me. Nothing illegal. Well, I don't have the flower on me.
So technically, I think it's been 14 minutes. Do we get a free pass yet? Or do we actually have to go back in class?
We should probably go into the class. I have a professor to bribe.
What?
To bribe?
You what?
I have to get bribed by a professor. I mean, other way around.
Huh.
You have to blackmail them. They have to bribe you.
I would like to second my question with a follow-up of, huh?
Are you still in Ribbit's vision?
No, I swapped back. Yeah. I can't talk
Oh, that's right.
well
You can't talk if you have it. Okay.
No, I can talk. I just can't hear.
Yeah, so I know you're new to this school, but I don't know what your last school was like. You don't normally have to bribe your teachers here.
I meant the other way around. They have to bribe me to not give them away.
So you're
Shit.
blackmailing them?
Oh,
They stole a very precious flower from a garden, from a queen or something, and I wanted money for it.
They're throwing this big of a fit for a fucking flower?
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Do you
well,
know
some
what,
flowers
God.
have very important properties, you know.
do you know what kind of flower?
And a fancy exotic one, very rare, only grows in like one place.
Don't fucking get this bullshit.
Can I get a history check from Cornelius and Eugene? Or actually, anyone who is native to this country can make this history check.
I'm gonna go back into the classroom.
I think I'm native.
A 23.
I went from a
Ooh.
nat 2 to a nat 20.
Nat 20,
So
I got
total of
16.
16. And then Salem, you are not, I believe, native to this country.
Mm-mm.
So, for the three of you, I will start Wilret. It's a little bit harder for you, even with the 16, you don't pay. Politics are definitely not your thing. If you already hate school, politics make even less sense to you. You're pretty sure there's like a fancy garden in the palace, but that makes sense for just most rich people to just have fancy things that only are in one place.
Rich people got stupid shit.
You're not particularly well versed in plants either, so it's kind of just like I'm pretty sure you're definitely sure there is a garden at the palace that people aren't allowed into. And then for Eugene and Cornelius, you got a nat 20 Eugene for 24, and then 23 Cornelius. You both definitely are aware of the fact that the Queen's Garden is off limit to anyone. It has been closed since Her Majesty passed away 6 years ago, so no one's allowed in there except for servants in the royal family themselves, so anyone going in there is already committing a crime, and then stealing from it feels like a definitely higher crime. So no matter what it was that was taken from there, you know that the guards would throw an absolute fit about that.
Yeah, I guess I see where that's coming from now. Oh boy.
But perhaps not so much that you think they should accost actual students, but definitely would hunt down whoever stole from it.
I mean, that might be just a problem on the management end of things. They might just be bad at their job.
It's a fucking flower.
Just to clarify, I'm gonna take the encode thoughts of him admitting everything that he did and put it into the book.
You realize there's a limit on how many thoughts you can put, and your book needs a mind. You share those thoughts with another mind. But yeah,
No, I'm okay with that.
is your book sentient?
Oh yeah, these just fade.
Okay, so they just fade away.
Mine at least.
Okay.
I see Salem doing it, and I'm trying to do it, but it definitely fades away.
Okay. I will say. Actually, I will send some things over for other things. Don't look at me. So you managed to put that thought into your book. You just slap it on in there. Don't look at me. Don't look. Get your eyes out of me. Don't perceive me. Get out of here. All right.
Oh no. Okay, so now this is my new thought.
I'm gonna
This one
drop these.
persists until I cast it again. So this is my permanent thought.
Perhaps for now.
No, that's what the spell says.
Oh, I know. I meant you.
I'm gonna go back in the class and just be like, "It's all right, y'all. The guards are gone. Some of your lockers got open, so sorry."
You see a couple of students go, "My locker," and just immediately run out
Yeah.
to go like check on their items or check on their things. Most people are just like checking on their stuff because even if nothing illegal was in there, like my stuff's on the floor. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah, were my library books on the floor? Because I don't want those getting damaged. I'll get in trouble.
You usually take the lockers at the end, so you don't have to worry about anyone. So either I will say, where do you usually keep your locker actually?
Probably actually closest to the door, so I don't have to carry my stuff as far. But
Yeah.
this time Wilret would have put my stuff away, so I'm not too sure.
Oh yeah,
I probably wouldn't at the end locker because they're better.
in lockers usually are better. So then yeah, your stuff wouldn't have been ripped out of the locker yet.
Nice. That's good.
I'm just gonna go sit down and put my feet on the desk.
Okay. Professor Paradise does step out of the locker. And goes, they are holding a small frog. So I go, right. Whose is this?
I'll walk over and retrieve it.
You must be new. I will be seeing you after class.
And I'm gonna take that memory because I can grab this memory more than once if I really need to. And I'm just gonna hand the strand to him.
There you go.
And the strand is the exact. It's done in a way where it very clearly only shows his side and not my side, so it's really incriminating.
He goes, oh, lovely.
And then I walk over to my seat, sit down, and put my feet on the table.
You might not want to do that. You could.
I would recommend
knock
taking
over.
your feet off the table.
You could knock over, and I kind of scoot my
Schwartz?
little base, my potion base, towards the side.
I'll put my feet down and
If you would like to keep
rumble
them.
about it.
All right. Well, now that very fun commotion has gotten out of the way, I am Professor Paradise. I am your alchemy teacher for the year. Fun commotions aside. Now, has everyone started on their potions base? You see a couple people go, yes, and others going, I don't know. There are a group of first years who go, I don't know how to make a potion space. While some other ones are just like, yeah, we have ours already. And you see Burns just looks like directly at the back of your head, Cornelius, and he just looks over and tries to wave at you. Just goes,
Oh, if I notice, I will give a tiny little wave back.
he just gives you a little thumbs up and then points to his potion space.
I will thumbs up back because I'm proud of my student.
You've got
Your
some
baby.
students now. You've got a couple of students.
What has happened to the Tiefling Twins
The
potion in
Tiefling
that
twins actually make you. So yeah, you turn to give Burns a little wave, and as you look over, the twins have not stopped adding things to the potion, and it is now starting to reach the point where there's too much liquid in there, and it is getting to the top of the cauldron. And they've just been they're whispering to each other, just add this, but no, add this, no, mix it that way. It is violently changing color. Every second or so, it shifts to another color, and it just bubbles and boils, and nothing has spilled over. It is in that sort of perfect pristine moment where it is right at the rim, and they're now mixing things.
I will cast names. Bernard and Lucian still at that table?
Yes, they are sitting next to those two.
Okay, I will cast message on Bernard and just say, that's going to explode soon. You might want to get under the table.
Luke, okay. They just sort of grab Lucian and go, we're going under the table. And just silently, Lucian's what are we? Fine, okay. And you just see the two of them sink underneath the table. Lucian looks very confused. He's I don't know what's happening. This feels bad. But the two of them sink under the just hunched over underneath the table, in their chairs, while the twins are just mixing some random things together. It has not exploded immediately, but it definitely looks like it's getting real close to critical mass. But Professor Paradise does turn and go, all right, okay. So now that you're all, perhaps some of you do know how to make a potion space, some of you don't. For those who don't, please open your textbooks and please look at the second chapter. It will explain that to you. For the rest of you, we're going to be making a basic healing potion, okay? Now, have all of you come with a fully stocked kit, and as they're saying that, you just hear just a loud noise in the back of class from a specific area. As it doesn't sound like it sounds like not an explosion, but more when you're cooking pasta and it bubbles over, but it and the steam is just loud. You definitely hear that in the back of the classes too. They go, oh, okay, it's done. And just looking at the cauldron, it is rainbow colored now and pouring out of the cauldron, and they just go, okay, we should. And you just see the two twins. They are moving perfectly in sync. Every single one of their movements is exactly the same. as
That's
they pick
weird.
up their stuff and they just go, okay. And you see Ben, Bern, and Lucian like scramble out from underneath the table and just go, okay, what's that? It is not exploding so much as it is expanding. It looks like a liquid that just seems to constantly be pouring out the
So
cauldron.
like, yeah, I think I so it's like that experiment where you put it in and then there's a whole bunch of everything everywhere
Like
and
the,
it
the like
explodes.
elephant toothpaste thing.
Yeah, got
But
it.
it is multicolored, and most of the students are able. Actually, I need to roll some checks for everyone to get out of the way. Can I have you all make dexterity saving
Oh
throws
no.
to get out of there? Well, I'm just gonna roll a couple of d20s for no reason.
Is it? Is it?
I'm gonna
Sorry.
go ahead.
Is it liquidy enough? I could use shape water on it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna intentionally fail to cover Eugene to give them advantage.
Didn't help much.
And rather than try to dodge, I'll try to use shape water to move it away from where people are sitting.
So you are able
Oh,
to
rolled a
move
9.
it away. That does give most of the students advantages, so that they can get out of it fast. And you see, most of them save. 2 do fail, however. Now, they don't get like consumed by it so much as it just touches them. And you see, one of them immediately just grows scales. Like one of the students just fully, like their skin turns into scales. And they goes, what's happening? And the other student they drop in height about like a foot. And you see, as that happens, more students start like scrambling out of the way. They're like, oh
What did
shit.
you teach them?
That doesn't look good.
But yeah, I will say, with you're casting shape water, are you just shaping it into a form, or are you trying to direct the flow?
I'm trying to direct the flow so it goes away from as much
This.
students as possible.
Yeah, I will say. No, yeah,
Actually,
it's
it says I
cast.
can just straight up freeze it, so maybe I'll just freeze it.
Okay. Go ahead. So yeah, you can freeze some of it. There is more spilling out than, because I believe shape water is only 5 feet, and it is definitely
5 foot cube, yeah.
5 foot cube. That's, you could probably, yeah. So you manage to freeze it, most of it. So like two first years get like touched by it before you manage to freeze the entire thing. But it is definitely, as you freeze it, you feel like it is resisting, like it is definitely trying to like break free, but it is staying frozen.
Oh, that's not going to last. We should maybe get out of here.
Okay, what happened? It was 5 minutes of maybe me being here, but away. What did you make? Who is responsible for the? You see, which first year did this? You just see like a bunch of students are like ducking their heads and like, it wasn't me, wasn't me.
It was those tiefling twins.
Oh, you see one hand raises and just goes, oh, okay. Twins go, we didn't. I can't double my voice, but just in sync, 2 students go, we did. We were learning about the beauty of alchemy. And this is the twins. Yeah, we were just, learning about how amazing potions could be and what they're like when created. We were making our base. So we should go.
I'm still on top of Eugene until I'm told not to be.
Spicy. But yeah, you see the 2 twins are just like, it was okay. We were just mixing potions together. It's fine. But you were the one who taught us how to make a potion. And they point straight to you, Cornelius, and go, you were the one who told us how to make a base. We were just doing what you said.
Hey, don't blame them for trying to help you.
Why? We just made that
Yeah.
potion. It was
Don't bullshit me.
I'm not. We're not. We're not. We're not. Okay. We're not. We were just making a base and it's fine. Maybe. I was afraid I just go, okay, alright. I'm really, okay. I don't care whose fault it is. It needs to be cleaned up. Thank you. Mr. Cobbler, for your quick action in freezing this potion. It's very smart of you. You two, this is the 5th time this week that you've started a problem in my classroom. So, get out of my classroom. And you see they just scramble out immediately. And the rest of you, class is cancelled. I don't have time for this today. I've got some flowers to deal with. But Miss Schwartz, you're staying behind.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I said, yes, I am.
Yep, you're definitely staying behind. I need to have a conversation with you.
Salem, do you need someone to wait for you?
You can if you want.
Okay.
We
Can I
can
just stay?
wait
I
outside.
just stay where I am.
Maybe we should wait outside the classroom, kiddo.
Yeah, if you could leave the classroom, all of you.
That might be better. Okay.
Okay.
There are a couple of students like packing up their stuff, getting ready to go. The twins have booked it. They fully left the cauldron there, and it's still frozen and resisting that magic, Cornelius. So I think that lasts for an hour, I believe. I am not sure how long.
Yes, 1 hour.
Okay, so yeah. So it's still frozen. You feel like it'll probably last the full hour, but it's definitely like you can feel the magic pulsing against it. As if that potion is trying to get out.
Yeah. Well, there's not much I can do to get rid of it, so I'll just be happy I won't be here in an hour.
And yeah, most of the students do pack up their items. They just go, okay, I need to leave. A couple of the 5th years are a little annoyed because they're like, I do need to actually take my classes eventually. But yeah, the class clears out until it is just, I believe, Salem. Unless the rest of you, were you sticking around, or were you going to wait outside the class?
Outside.
I would outside.
Wait.
Yeah, we'll wait outside.
All right, Salem. It is just you and Professor Paradise. And they just sort of lead you over, and they're like, right, okay. I'm not giving you 50 gold. I'm just gonna make that clear right now.
I mean, it doesn't have to be all at once.
I'm not ever giving you 50 gold.
Well, either way, you admitted it, and you admitted it in a way where it makes you look really bad. So this is a problem for you.
To who?
To guards.
Oh, you'll be the one sharing that information?
Especially when I put one of my encoded thoughts into the book of one of my companions who already left. And if anything were to happen to me, they would just take it to the guards.
Smart. Backups are always useful.
Yeah, they're very important.
I'm not gonna give you 50 gold, but what will it take to silence you?
I need to know what you're doing and why you're doing it.
So what, stealing reagents?
What you making? What's so important?
A potion of sorts?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it particularly matters to you what kind I'm making. I don't think you'll care what the answer is.
Well, then I guess I can just take this memory to a guard.
Oh dear. Why do you need to know what potions I'm making?
Everyone here seems to be doing something a little bit illegal, and I have to make sure that the person I'm protecting is safe.
I'll let you in on this at least. You don't get magically powerful by staying within the law. That does not happen.
That makes sense. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I need to know what you're doing so I know if the person I'm protecting is safe.
I am making a potion for my own gain and for my own use. No one else will taste it. No one else will see it. I need it for myself.
And what is it going to do to you?
Nothing that harms anyone. It's for
Harm
its restorative properties.
Ah, you're ill.
I'm perfectly healthy.
Well, I don't think you're being very forthright about this, and I just need to know if my companions are safe.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh,
12 in
12.
total. I don't have high insight on this character.
That's fair. You're not 100% sure if they're lying. They seem pretty honest, especially about them
I'm
using
just
the
gonna assume
potion
they're lying.
for
I'm always just
themselves.
gonna assume.
That's fair. But they seem to believe at least that the potion is just for them, for their own personal use. You don't need to. No students in the school will be harmed. We're not.
In
I'm
this
not.
school.
Yes. I can't promise that no student outside of the school will ever be harmed. I can't promise that. No child, I cannot promise that no child will ever be harmed. That's a little above my ability to make good on.
How are you planning to make sure that they don't catch you in the future? Because like you're here now, but did they know who you are? Did they see you?
Well, they saw what I needed them to see. It's no concern of yours. I'm making a potion that I need for its own restorative properties. And if I wanted to perhaps put my research on hold for a month or two, I could have gone and gotten it myself, or I could have gone to the amazingly well-stocked garden kept in the center of the city that no one is allowed to look at for some emotional reasons.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to need a list of the ingredients you're using for your potion, and then I think we should be good for the time being.
No.
I'm sorry. I probably stuttered. Did you say no?
I did.
Well, then I guess I'm just going to cast message and tell my friend to take that book to the guards.
Please do so. And while they're there, can they tell them about you?
I'm going to cast Blade Song and attack.
Oh, dear. Go ahead and roll initiative. Can I have initiative from all of you as well?
24.
For your initiative?
Sounds about right. What the fuck is happening? That's another nat 1. Okay.
I have no idea. I don't have this
Hey,
stat
if you
sheet.
had written down those ingredients and told, we would have been fine.
Why would he
Level 3.
share the ingredients to a potion that is
That's
personal
all he
to
had
him?
to do.
Would
All
you?
he had to do. I wouldn't have attacked him if he had just. I want to also make sure that I'm 5 feet within him. That was.
I mean, you were probably 5 or 10 feet away. But yeah, hang on. Let me pull up the stat sheets because I don't have those for
No,
this.
I assumed you didn't. But
For this monster.
I wasn't.
So actually, we're about to go on a quick little break here. We will see you all in what, 10 minutes? Yeah, at the 40-minute mark. And then we'll be back in combat.
Cool.
Okay.
So I will see y'all.
I'm in danger.
I will see y'all then.
What the fuck is happening right now?
See ya at the 40-minute mark.
I'm not ready.
All he had to
Math.
do was lie.
All you had to do was not blackmail the teacher or accept his answer and try and sell him out instead of fight him.
Lied. Anyways, my booming blade, my attack was coming in.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
This is happening.
It's wild that
18
it's
plus
happening.
6 is 24.
What? 24?
Yeah, 24. 18 plus 6.
Let me. So that does hit.
7. 6 is 12. No, 7 and 6 is 13. Plus, 13 thunder damage, 7 piercing damage.
You see that the thunder damage does hit, but you think the piercing might be a little. It didn't completely go through as much as you would like.
Okay, and my dagger is magical. Does that matter?
Does it do magical piercing damage?
It's a magical weapon, so I assume it does.
Okay, then I will add that in. But yeah, if it does magical damage, then it does feel like it.
Because magic weapons do magical.
Alrighty,
Damage,
and is
I
that
assume so?
So I will say that is your surprise round, and then let me roll initiative for this.
That was my surprise round. Yeah, I was a 24.
You were at 24. This is for initiative. They just missed it at a 23.
Did everyone else roll initiative
And
as
then
well?
I will need initiative from everyone.
I have 17.
Now, my initiative. I mean, everyone should be real jealous of it.
Oh, trust me, I'm not.
I got it 2.
Oh shit! What?
I rolled a natural 1, and my initiative is 1.
Oh yeah, you're at the end. And then you?
Hey, guess what? I also rolled the nat 1.
Good God.
But my plus initiative is 2, so a total of 3.
You two y'all are busy.
I am outside in the hallway, like sitting down on the floor, just like.
I'm trying to organize my stuff back into my cubby.
What do you think's going on in there?
Well, you definitely hear the booming blade.
Yeah, I'm like, you would definitely hear booming blade because it is not a very silent spell, so you definitely hear that happen.
Well, that's not good.
Maybe it was that potion.
Maybe it's
Exploding.
just some thunder. Yeah, it's fine.
I love all of us are like, huh.
Oh,
I'll just stay out here. It's okay.
And if alright, so I guess that then gives you, so then do the rest of your turn then.
I'll just do my turn then.
Yeah. So you did the booming blade, and then what else?
Well, that was my surprise round.
That was it. Okay.
I will action booming blade again. 23 to hit.
23. Would it? You hit last time, and that was
Yeah,
lower.
it was 24.
Oh, 24 hit? Then yeah, 23. It's not recognizing the item that they have, because they do have one magical item that boosts their AC. So I have to manually write this down. But yeah, it's 23 hits.
Okay. So that is that's 6 magical piercing, and where is 7 plus 4 is 11 thunder damage.
Okay, 11.
So 11 plus 6, so another 17 damage. And I'm going to action surge, and with my action surge, I'm going to cast mirror image.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my bonus action, because I had done the booming blade, can I get no, I probably have to make a actual attack with when you take the attack action. Yeah, so I don't get my my dual weapon. That's my turn.
Okay. Then I am going to need 1, 2. 3. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me? Does mirror image affect saves or just attacks to you?
If something is an attack.
Okay. If it's an AoE, how does it work with that?
It doesn't do anything. Like, none of the things get hurt, and I still have to just react as if it's normal,
Okay.
you know?
Because he's going to pull a potion. You see that they pull a potion off of their bandolier and just take it and smash it on the ground. And I need you to make a dex saving throw while I grab some dice. An 18?
And I believe I have dice, technically. I don't remember.
Let me check the thingammerbob. I don't know if you have any for this.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, maybe I just didn't write it down, but I don't see any on my list. I see some for Aldrich, All That Ails You, and Doria. Yeah, I don't see any for specifically this campaign.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
17 or 18. I can't remember.
I'll discount it as an 18.
Okay.
Let me check and make sure nothing was donated last session for this. I'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, and if I'm going to fail a dex save, I also have an ability, so I just need to know if the 18 fails.
The 18 does fail.
Okay. So I rolled a 4 on lucky footwork for 22.
You'll have guidance. That's right. That did happen. So
for 22.
22. Okay, so that does pass.
Okay.
So yeah, and also everyone has guidance. So you all have a +1. Sorry, I did not write that down. So you'll only take half damage because it is still a potion.
Is it fire damage?
No. It is psychic.
Okay.
Half.
What does a potion do that's psychic?
You're fighting a trained artificer who crafts their own potions. So I'm just grabbing it from my list of potions.
Must be homebrew.
Okay, let me grab my calculator.
Definitely is homebrew.
Yeah, I had to make something for artificers to have because the potions in 5e do not work well. So most of them are just Pathfinder converted over, I'll be honest.
They work well.
They don't. The healing potions are fine. The other ones are not good.
They're also just buff potions.
They are. Which is cool if you want to buff someone.
Completely destroys my entire plans then. All right, you got me.
So you take
me down.
It's only half it's only half damage, but it is 20 damage.
That's fine. Is that halved or is that half of 20?
It's already halved for you.
Cool. All right, that completely ruins my entire idea.
It doesn't. I'm sorry. I
assumed that. I honestly expected that he would have elemental damage and not that kind of damage. So that's my bad.
He personally does. I will let you know
that's my underestimating him.
He personally is an alchemist by trade and does elemental damage. Cool. But what is going on with Liz's camera?
Because I was going into this fight going, I'm gonna hope I can dodge it.
I think it's the high resolution, whatever. I don't think my computer. I have an old.
No,
I have an old baby.
Because on the stream it looks like that, but if I look at the room, it doesn't look like that, which is what's crazier to me.
Do I need to disappear and come back?
Yeah, just pop on out and pop back in.
Okay, I'll be back.
See what.
Anyways, like my entire, I thought it was going to be elements, and I was hoping I would dodge and then get to absorb elements at the same time to take even less damage. But I can't use it against psychic damage, so I played myself. You can
for his magic, not for his potions.
Yeah, no, I played myself. It's fine.
I'm sorry, but yeah, so that's 20. It's just 20 damage. It's halved already. That is his action. For a bonus action, he's going to. What was his thing? What does he have for?
Oh, if he has attack on a bonus action too, then I'm definitely screwed.
Well, no, he doesn't have any attacks on his bonus action, so you're good. He doesn't have a bonus action he can do. So that's his turn. Actually, where's the? Yep, that's good. That makes it Cornelius, your turn.
Okay, so I heard the booming blade.
Yes, you
Yeah,
definitely
but, like,
heard
again,
that.
could be just a potion.
You
don't
heard
know.
that, and then you did hear the sound of what sounded like a potion shattering.
Yeah, that could be just the explosion going on. It's fine.
All right, but I'm also a wizard, so can I make a roll to try to identify that as Booming Blade?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
It's gonna be fine. It's
At
fine.
22.
That's definitely not a potion. You have heard Booming Blade before. That's your dorm is a little too close to the fields where people practice their warcasting magic, and so you've definitely heard it. You recognize Booming Blade.
So that was a spell that seems to suggest there was a fight going on in there. Can I crack the door open?
Oh yeah,
enough
it's
for us to
definitely
look inside.
not locked. You definitely see in there. Salem has just you have a dagger, right?
Oh yeah, I have two. I have
You
two
have
daggers.
you have
out.
two daggers out, and the professor is just standing in front of them with holding another potion in their hand, and there's glass at their feet.
All right, I will look at the other two. There's a fight going on in there. Should we get another teacher?
Can I say something?
You can't. You have like one. It's not your turn, but I will say talking is kind of
Fine.
free. You have 6 seconds. No, you have
All
2.
I was gonna say was, Eugene, take the encode memory to a teacher.
That I will say, Mackie, the rest of your turn.
Yeah. Cornelius does not know what to do in this situation. Yeah, he'll ask the other two if we should go to get another teacher and pass the turn, I guess.
Okay, that takes.
Are you holding movement at least?
You can only hold an action, can't you?
Yeah, but cheat, please.
No, you can't hold movement. You can listen. You dug this
Technically,
hole.
technically, you could hold movement if your action is dash.
True. You can hold a dash.
Hey.
Okay, all right. I'll hold a dash.
You can hold a dash action. Eugene, it's your turn. What? Do you think that the teachers at this school couldn't trounce a student?
I thought he would use elemental magic.
He has that, but why can't waste spells when you have a bandolier of potions on?
He's dick.
Listen, you said he should have just wandered in and murdered people, so he's taking the advice.
Yeah, well, now he's gonna be a murderer.
Eugene, it's your turn. I'm kidding.
Yeah, probably. Let's go. And I'm just dashing out to find the nearest teacher.
Okay. So you're gonna use your action, your movement and your action to dash.
Yep.
Do you have a bonus action? No, wait. You're not a monk. You can't bonus action dash.
Lock of War.
Yeah. So you take just your action, and your movement. Do you have any bonus actions you want to use?
Is there? Let me find out.
And while that's happening, right.
Nope. Literally everything in my kit is an action.
Oof.
Do I know if there's a class going on in either of the other two buildings up on the platform here?
There is. You're not sure. Yeah, so there are different classes. You're not sure if they were also interrupted by the guards, but there are definitely 2 classes.
All right, then when I see Eugene run, I will use the held dash to run towards whichever of those 2 buildings is closer.
Mm-hmm. And then Willret, what will you do? It is your turn.
How far away are they from me, from like the Dorish area?
So it's about, how big's a classroom? 35 feet?
Okay, so I'm going to use my action and my movement to get between them.
Mm-hmm.
Because my movement's 25 feet, so I'd have to use an action anyways. I'm
Okay.
small.
You're tiny.
But yeah, I'm going to step between the 2.
Are you doing anything else on your turn, or just stepping between them?
I can rage, but there's nothing like...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the situation, so I don't think Will would rage without knowing exactly what the fuck is going on, but I do see that. I mean, I'd assume I would see that Salem like looks hurt.
Yeah, Salem
yeah.
definitely looks messed
Yeah.
up. And then they've got 2 daggers out in their hands, and the professor. The
And we're
professor seems.
clearly fine.
It's
It's not.
fine.
No one's hiding anything.
The professor's fine.
so-
They're just leaning against their desk, like
And to further it, the guards are looking for them, so you know they're the bad guy.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much going to step between them and pretty much have my back to Salem and face, so more or less trying to add like a defensive stance. So if there's damage, I will take the damage.
High five.
All right.
Yeah.
And then that it was your turn. That will bring it back to you then, Salem.
I'm gonna skirt around instead, keeping within the range, so I don't get hit. So like just walking around them,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use this to get some advantage on some swipes here. And which attack do I want to do? Do I want to do
And
another
pray.
booming blade or 2 swipes? Booming blade. No, die ran away.
The die trying to leave this fight.
I mean, it's another 24.
That
I'm
hits.
getting really lucky on these hits. So that is, where's the...
That's a real good question, and more than likely, yeah, if you murder a teacher.
7. I have the memory. I'll be fine. 7 piercing, and 5, and 8. 13 thunder against. That's another 20 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done 57 damage to this guy. He's got to look somewhat hurt.
He looks like it. He definitely looks annoyed.
Okay, I'll take annoyed.
And it is his turn, and he goes.
Hold on.
Oh wait, yeah, you have bonus
action.
Bonus actions.
I will second wind. That's a 9 plus 2. I'll heal 11 HP.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you heal for 11.
Yep, that's my turn.
Professor Paradise, they will. For their action, they will just go. All right. There's no reason. It looks at you, all right. There's no reason to get involved. This student, lovely student, stabbed me. So, after blackmailing me, mind you, when I said no, they stabbed me. It's lovely what you children are into.
So, if they're gonna waste their turn talking, that's fine.
They will use they use their action just to give a sort of awareness of what's happening. And they will just they'll use their action bonus action and go, right, so are you here to fight me too and blackmail me for what? Taking an item that no one cares about?
That they stole!
A flower! Oh, please. And that does lead it to your turn, Cornelius.
Okay. How close did I get to the other building? I only moved 25 feet, so...
Oof. You got out of this building.
Well, that's something.
You're in the middle courtyard. You didn't get to any of the classrooms, but you did get to the middle courtyard where you do see one of the royal guards has not left. He's still lounging at that center stone. Oh, well, you didn't see that, actually. There is a guard lounging at this sort of center rune stone. It is where all of the, rune stone items are chipped off of this block. And he seems to be leaning against it.
Yeah, but my friends didn't want to talk to the guards, so I'm looking for a teacher.
But that is about as close as
alright.
you got.
I will... Let me read something quickly.
You think you have one more
I'm
movement, and you could get to one of the others?
going to cast haste on myself,
Nice.
so I double my movement. And then I will... I also get the additional action. Yeah, so I will move 50 feet movement. And then use one action to dash.
I will say with just the 50 feet movement, you can get to another classroom. You don't need to dash for that.
Okay. Do I see a teacher in the other classroom?
So there, it's equal distance to either one, so you can either go to the jewelry cutting class or the rune making class.
what do I know about the two teachers in there? Which one is more likely to stay in class if they had a commotion?
You think that the jewelry making, the rune making teacher would probably stay there if there was a commotion, just because rune work is pretty difficult. So even if there was an issue, they might not follow you. But you think the jewelry teacher would?
Oh, I'm looking less for which one will be follow me, because I'm hoping both of them will follow me if I tell the teacher and student are fighting. But you said there's a chance that they canceled their class from a commotion. So who has less of a chance to? Who had less option?
The rune maker would definitely never cancel their class. You haven't had that one yet. That's usually saved for the advanced, like 7th or 6th years. There aren't 7th year, 6th years. And they're pretty. That's intense from what you've seen. It's never gets canceled.
Okay. And the other teacher, would they have canceled class from what I know?
The jeweler, you don't know that class super well. You don't think classes have been canceled before for emergencies, but usually it's because someone's injured or like the teacher was sick and there was no replacement. But you don't think they've ever canceled the class because of something else happening on the campus.
Okay, I guess I'll go there then, to the jewelry teacher.
Okay. So you peek your head in. The jewelry making class, it is a lovely building with like a sort of like emerald green stained glass roof. And like golden yellow and ruby like accents along all of the walls. The building is shaped itself like a gem, and as you step inside, you do see a bunch of heads turn towards you as you do interrupt the class. As the teacher just sort of looks up with like those jeweler magnifying eyeglasses. Is there a problem?
Yes. Hi, hello. Sorry for interrupting your class. Yes, but there is a teacher and a student beating each other up in the alchemy classroom, and we need a teacher ASAP.
You see for a moment they're like, right, combat. Oh, alchemy, and then just go, oh dear. Oh, class dismissed. The alchemy, not the alchemy. The jewelry teacher. They look pretty human. They've got like slightly pointed ears, brown hair. You can't. One of their eyes that you can see looks green, as they sort of like follow behind you and go, okay, what is? They just sort of immediately run towards you and just like dismiss the class and go, okay, what? A student in alchemy? Who's fighting? A professor.
Yes, Professor Paradise and one of my classmates are currently engaged in heated combat for reasons I do not understand.
Okay, well, lead the way. And you see they just sort of rush past. They do like the little like awkward nod to the guard as they walk past them, like, potion problems, and then just hurry past.
All right, then I will use. I assume that was one of my actions, so I'll use the second action. I get some haste to dash to keep up with them.
Okay. So you're giving this professor haste?
No, just I still have haste. So I'm assuming they walk faster. I'm assuming they can walk faster than me. Definitely. So I'm dashing to keep up with them.
Okay, yeah, they're definitely larger than you and just have a longer stride. And then any bonus actions?
They've used so many things.
Because I'm like, you went in there. I'll say the talking was your bonus action.
Okay. Because haste does give me 2 actions.
That's right. So yeah, because you
does
used.
It?
Yeah, haste gives you 2 actions. You get 2 actions and.
Because you used an action to cast haste, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. I used the action to cast haste. Okay.
So then I will say, and you used your So you do have a bonus action if you would like to do something. I think still.
I don't think wizards.
So it doubles your speed, and then you can only use the attack, dash, disengage. Yeah. So it just gives you an extra.
So they doubled their speed. They cast haste, used movement,
and then
went in there, talked, and then dashed back.
I still have the bonus action.
So yeah,
but
that's all you have.
I don't really have anything I can do with the bonus action, so that's it.
Okay, that takes us then to Eugene. I mean, by the time you get outside, you do see a professor coming towards the class.
Yeah, I see that and I just go, oh, okay, that works. That works. Good job. What should I do? Well, let's see what I've got and see if there's anything that I can do. should have done this to you. Oh my god. No, I've got nothing, so I'm just gonna... No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to, because we talked... How much did we talk on the subject of what the teacher had been doing? We mentioned it to each other, right?
Yeah,
I
you
told
just
you that they stole a flower.
yeah,
and
you
some
just
other
know
Yeah.
you knew that they stole a flower from the Queen's garden.
I'm
You don't know
going
what
to
it was.
encode thoughts, stick that out, and just kind of hand it over to the teacher like, it's because of this.
Oh,
I gave you my thought, but like that's fine.
but yours
I
is
forget.
true.
Plus,
They panic.
also, my notebook isn't...
That's
Yeah.
fair.
True.
Yeah,
Also, yeah, to be fair, your notebook isn't a mind, so you can't store things in there.
I gave you my thought.
Let me add this person to the
Okay.
initiative. They're definitely ahead of you two for the next round. And then I
Yeah.
guess Wilret, that takes it to your turn.
I'm gonna step in front of between them again, and I'm gonna look over at Salem and just be like, "If you get in trouble, who's gonna watch out for Eugene?"
What are you talking about?
Fighting teachers is bad at the school.
And
If you get suspended, you can't be here, and Eugene's gonna be left alone. Well, other than Cornelius and I.
Why are you even mentioning Eugene?
I see the way you hang around them. I might be stupid. I'm not blind.
5 seconds away from attacking you now.
I
Okay.
may be stupid, but I'm not dumb.
that would be mine. Is trying to keep him from attacking this teacher.
That is your whole turn?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, then that does pass on back to you, Salem.
You can attack me if you want. I don't care.
I'm not attacking you. That was me. That was banter. I just have to decide how much I care about this character living. Yeah, I'm gonna walk around and use them for advantage again. Oh, that's gonna hit. Yeah. 23 to hit again.
That hits.
6, 8, and 8, 6 is 14 lightning, and 1 and 3 is 4 piercing.
What was that? Sorry. What was it? A thing happened on my desk and it confused me. You said 14.
I don't remember. Yeah, 14 lightning damage and
4 piercing.
4 piercing. Unprompted, my water bottle fell over it without me touching it, and nothing was touching it, and I was just very confused.
Yeah.
But all right. So that is. They definitely don't seem happy about this.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to be like resisting the damage in any way.
Uh-huh.
And that is your action. Are you taking any bonus actions?
Do I have any bonus actions? Let's go to bonus actions. Wait, that's a bonus action? Casting time of 1 bonus action. All right. I'm gonna summon my horn to attack with my horn.
Summoning the horn is a bonus action. Attacking with it is the same as an unarmed attack. It's part of your unarmed attack.
Oh, but we just agreed that part of my thing was that I summoned it, not that it was just because, remember, I was saying that it's like the...
Oh, but I mean... So yeah, I mean, it would be a bonus action to summon it, but attacking with it would still be an action. Because it's still an unarmed attack.
It specifically states that, okay, the thing that you gave me is just
Is it incorrect then?
Yeah, it says that it's a bonus action to do the attack. It's fine.
Oh,
don't worry about it.
I guess it's a bonus action to do the attack as part of... And your horn's not always visible, so I guess bonus action to add that in. And then you can do... So whatever a regular attack is.
That's my turn. I'm good.
Do you not have the regular horn attack on your sheet?
I do, but it says it's a bonus action. I have a feeling that's wrong. So let's just ignore it for now and continue with my turn being over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a bonus action to charge it, and then it says you add that to your regular horn attack.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's whatever.
But you
Cool,
can cast
we'll
it,
move
and
on.
it will last your next turn if you'd like.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. Then that brings it to Paradise turn. Can I? Can I get a wisdom saving throw from you, Salem?
Just always with the saves. Well, that's a natural 1 plus 0, which is
Question.
1.
Is this another?
No, it is not another
Potion?
potion being thrown.
If it's a spell, then I'm gonna use
It is a
something
spell.
else.
It's a spell.
But I'm gonna activate Mage Slayer.
Are you within 5 feet of this person?
I have to be to hit them with Booming
Yeah.
Blade.
That's right. Yeah. Then yeah, go ahead and activate your Mage Slayer.
No, they get their thing first.
So yeah,
Mage Slayer comes afterwards.
Alrighty, so make a wisdom saving throw.
I did. I told you it was a 1.
Oh, that was on top. That was a another. Okay, so you got a 1
Yeah.
plus
0.
that you. Okay, so hold person is cast on you then.
Cool.
Are you still able to do your Mage Slayer?
I don't think so, because I think you have to. I think the spell has to go through for it to.
For Mage Slayer to
spell.
Yeah, when they cast a spell, I think is what mine says.
I think it has to go through for So
see, then yeah, you're frozen.
yeah,
I mean,
that's cool.
I think you also have Mage Slayer, so
I also do have Mage Slayer.
So if you would also like to do an attacky,
But you don't have to. You don't seem to be interested in attacking. So if you were at this point, it would just be for my sake.
I know. Well, I mean, mostly Wilrick can't really afford to be kicked out of the school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they wouldn't attack. He'd be more like, "What did you just do?" and keep Salem from like falling and getting hurt.
Yeah. So I mean, you're just frozen now, Salem, as it is holding you. So you failed your wisdom. So you're frozen for I believe it is one. You're paralyzed for 1 minute.
Well, yeah. I don't think it critically does that. I think I still have my rolls.
The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration, and the duration is 1 minute concentration.
And they roll every turn to see.
Oh yeah, at the end of each turn.
Yeah.
You'll need to make. Yeah, but yeah, for now, barring saves, you are for 1 minute paralyzed.
Yeah.
That is the action, and then for a bonus action, you feel. Where is it? Oh, I need d4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. As it is, what is it? I need one more d4. There we go. 3. Oh, look at those ones. 3, 6.
Oh, they
7,
hold person and then
8.
attack me? Oh, this is a bad guy.
11, 12, 13. You heal 13.
Oh.
As they cast Healing Word.
Oh, you.
Oh.
No. Can I refuse that? Can I fight their heal? I don't want their heal or their pity or what they're trying to pull.
Can you resist Healing Word? It doesn't say a willing creature, it just says a creature you can see.
Yeah. I assume I can't resist the healing. I'm gonna go look because I don't want
the
this.
description of it says a creature of your choice that you can see. And you count it. We were having the conversation earlier. A creature counts as long as you're not an undead or a construct.
Yeah. Fine. I guess I can't resist their healing.
If someone would like to counterspell my Healing Word, that's allowed.
Motherfucker.
I don't have counterspell.
Then that brings us to Cornelius and the professor. I would say you guys are walking together.
Okay. And it looks like we'll get back this turn.
Oh yes, you will definitely. I mean, you're hasted, and you've got further movement than them, which you think you can both get back within this turn.
Okay. Then I will continue to run alongside the teacher, and when we get there, just point and say, see.
So yeah, you'll probably in there only have one action, and your bonus action, because I would say it'll probably take your movement and then like an extra 10 feet, which you can use a dash or just not go the 10 feet.
I can't even flail angrily. Paralyzed won't even let me do that.
Can't move. But yeah, so you point in and you say see to the professor.
Yeah. And I don't think I want to to get involved in it from this distance.
Oh.
So
That's fair.
yeah.
No one wants to get involved in my stupidity.
The professor looks at this and goes, Peridot, are you attacking students right now? Is that why are you attacking students? And you see they are so their movement got them here, and then a dash action, and they will go down the steps. They will use the rest of their dash action to get about like 3/4 of the way down the stairs, and they have a bonus action, and they are just like, what are you doing? But that is their turn, so that does lead us to Eugene.
Hello, that's me. I just panic chase after them.
Yeah, so you pop on into the classroom seeing this happening. What you doing?
That's it.
Okay.
You're lucky Paralyzed won't let me froth at the mouth.
Yep. No, you can't. And
Wait, how
then
soon do I get there? Do I get there?
I will say you get there as the professor's saying, "Are you attacking?" Because it's all happening pretty sequentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's the distance?
You are not near. You're about halfway down the stairs. You're not fully down them yet. Just with
Okay.
your regular movement, or how far are things? Because you have 30 feet. So I guess
wait,
you
no,
would be at the top of the stairs then.
Never mind. I can't even do what I was thinking about doing.
If it isn't the consequences. It's what happening right now.
Consequence,
Chasing me right now.
Chasing me right now.
So that leaves you at probably around you're down 2 steps on the stairs.
I can't really do much. I'm just gonna.
Then that leaves us at Wilret.
I kind of face this new professor, just kind of like,
I'm not
And-
involved in this.
well, I'm still gonna like step between. I just want to say Peridot.
Paradise.
Peridot and Salem.
Peridot
Peridot
and
and Salem. I'm still gonna like step between them.
Okay. So yeah, you step between them and stay within. Anything else? Any bonus actions or actions or
My only
verbal
bonus action I
components?
have is to rage, and probably should not do that.
You don't want to rage in the middle of this classroom?
Yes, it sounds great.
Salem,
Sure, if I wait to get my ass expelled.
that is your turn.
Does he release me from my paralyzed?
No.
Okay.
Does your face look like you want to not stab him?
I've still rolled another not mega 1, so I'm fine.
Okay. I mean,
Technically, my face, he wouldn't be able to get that because I can't move or anything.
You
So
can't- Paralyze doesn't let you have facial expressions?
it doesn't let you do anything. You can't speak. You can't talk. You can't do
Yeah,
nothing.
you're just paralyzed.
Well, F's no facial expressions for you.
It's like I said, I can't even flail around angrily.
You don't seem like you've calmed down, so he's gonna keep you in that for a bit. For more than 6 seconds.
No, he probably is going to keep me in there because I also can tell on him.
And then that does lead it to their turn, and they go, Edmund, I am dealing with some disobedient students at the moment. Please excuse me. There is, one of them tried to stab me and blackmail me, which was lovely.
Why would you? Okay, did this guy just say he admitted that he did something that was worthy of blackmail?
You can blackmail someone even if they
Also-
haven't done anything.
Also,
And also,
didn't-
you already told the professor what they did.
Yeah,
Which is what he was banking
relayed the
on.
message.
Because you've already ratted on him. Otherwise, there wouldn't be another professor here.
He's really bad at this. He's really bad at this. All he had to say was we were sparring, and this could have gone away.
I think you're misunderstanding the situation here.
He's a really bad liar.
He's not.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying this is not how a normal person would react. So he's clearly not normal.
No, he teaches at the school.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, he just goes. You saw the gods. There's some things happening. One of the teachers is a known criminal who was arrested
Yeah, I
for
get
war
it. I get
crimes.
that.
But
I get that.
it goes. I just. Did they already tell you what happened about whatever? And I will say that'll pass it on then to your turn, Cornelius.
I just made things interesting. Okay.
There is
There's a
not much I
tournament.
can do here.
I just made it
That's a baby with its scritches.
There's a little baby taking scratches in the corner. That's a cat. I gotta get a cat. I gotta get cat shots.
No, yeah. So don't get a cat till you get your cat shots, please.
But yeah, I think
I will cast message on Wilret just to ask, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I was just standing between them. I found a cat.
skeleton.
Pulls cat. Picks up
Thursday.
Skelly cat.
Thursday just wandered.
Picks up
into your arms.
Thursday. No, I'm all right.
Okay. Yeah, knowing that and not fully understanding, like, I don't know who attacked you first from my perspective.
That's fair.
So I will just wait.
I will then pass it to this other professor's turn, who finally goes down the bottom of the steps and just goes, "Okay, what's happening here? Are we? You committed a crime. Yes, I'm aware. You stole something from the palace, which is so smart of you to do while you're on academic hours. Why are you holding this student? What are you doing? What's happening here? A student tried to blackmail you, and that's why." And then I will say that passes then to... I'm gonna loosen up the rigidness of initiative, because I think there's not much
I
people
think the
can
rest
do.
of us are just.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're just kind of sitting here.
Yeah, so if you want to just peek in, you can make another save Salem before the rest of the conversation happens. Is your dice?
That is my third one.
Jeez,
Oh.
good. Get new dice.
Oh my god, get a different die.
Different dice. As a press. Okay, right. Paired die. I need to understand why you're attacking a student. Okay. Well, this student stabbed me. I said, "Hey, don't rat me out, and I'm not gonna pay you 50 gold to not do that because I don't have that kind of money on me."
How do you be a good... He's got 50 gold.
I don't have that kind of money on me right now. You know that. And I
can't say
was
anything.
I was in need of a particular item that was in the palace, and those guards perhaps caught me stealing and wanted a flower back. It's not like I could even replant it, so I really don't know why they're trying to fight me on it. I didn't take the whole thing, just the main bulb. The other professor's just going, "Okay, all right, Perda, let the student go, and we can have a nice civil conversation about if you blackmail your teachers, you will be expelled, regardless of if you get paid or not." They just look at you. But okay, let the student go, and you do feel the hold person drop on you, Salem.
No, I'm aware.
And they just go.
I heard you.
All right. Let's all handle this civilly. Paradise, sit at your desk and don't. And they just prestidigitation the glass away. Go. All right. What's happening here? What's going on?
I don't know.
Looks at you.
All they had to do was write down a list of what they were making.
Why?
Because I needed to make sure it wasn't dangerous.
Do you know what the ingredients would be, even if you got the list?
No, but I would ask someone who knows things. In fact, here's the thing that bothers me the most. They could have lied, and then none of this would have happened.
To be fair, you also could have not stabbed me or not blackmailed me.
You could have not lied.
I didn't
lied.
lie, actually.
You could have lied.
Sorry. So the more honorable thing to do would have been to lie to my student.
You stole during school. You don't care about how honorable you are to us.
And you stabbed me during school. You don't care about honor either. I took a flower from a garden.
I think stabbing a thief is a little bit more honorable than, stealing during school hours.
Than being the thief in the first place?
Right, okay. Oh, I didn't realize this school was raising snitches, but all right. I took a flower from a garden, if that makes any of you feel better. I
should
need
be proud
it.
of me. You're all criminals.
Yes. How do you think you get magical power? Oh, do you think it's from politely asking and learn and
No,
just?
and all I did was try to, that was me just trying to get more powerful. You should be proud of me for trying.
I'm really not proud of you. That's not.
I'm not a snitch.
You're not a snitch. I noticed that. General Y must trained you well.
This conversation is so great.
Anyhow.
I just sit there, not being called not a snitch, and I'm just like,
No, you're a snitch. You points to you. You snitch.
I preen a
don't
little
know
bit being
about-
told that I was trained well.
Yeah, and then Cornelius, you definitely did snitch on me. 3 of you.
You're a snitch. Yeah.
I mean,
the teacher
yes,
that- yes.
I probably am a snitch. I'm not going to disagree, but also I just didn't want my new friend who I just met today to be killed, and it seemed like it was going that way
I would
because
never
you're
kill-
powerful.
I was winning, arguably.
criminals scare me,
Looks
but
at you in
figures of authority
confusion.
scare me more.
You you thought you were okay.
You seemed like you were getting hurt.
You're right. You did hurt me.
If you didn't cheat with psychics things, I would have been fine.
Would you prefer I only use my magic then? Would you prefer that?
Are you just gonna let the teacher talk to me like that? I say to the other teacher.
Don't threaten the students. Don't do that. You can't keep doing that. Okay. This is great. You know you can't steal during class. Wait till after school hours, at least.
What? You're okay with them I guess. That makes sense.
Okay. Maybe you're new. I will say this. Liftswon Institute is a lovely school for learning the best and brightest in magic. And for those who are perhaps the best and brightest at magic, are not the most law-abiding citizens, if it will. Some of them are harmless, like Professor Wizette, who perhaps doesn't follow every law, but is generally kind. He doesn't seem to understand social cues and will do things randomly at times and just kind of assume everyone was fine with that. And then there are others, like Professor Moriarty, where I'm wondering how he has tenure here. Every day. And I don't. I don't have
there's
tenure.
How many of you
something
live
else.
with this?
There's something else about Professor Moriarty.
And what was that?
They're just gonna snitch again. Give the wish. Give the memory.
What was the issue about Professor Moriarty?
Gives the memory when they were talking in Infernal.
And they just take it and just go, I don't know what this says. Because
It's very menacing, I assure you.
Infernal. You don't speak Infernal, do you?
I do not know. Paradise just raises his hand and goes, I do. You wanna share that with me? Or no, I'm a thief. Never mind. Please excuse me. This school's full of criminals.
A thief is
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
a thief is better than a killer, and I hand over the memory.
Oh dear, is it? Oh, it was more. Did he kill someone again? They just take it. Oh, he didn't kill a student. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll take it as a win.
It's fucking school.
Okay.
This fucking campaign.
Professor, their name is Edmund Baxter. Professor Baxter. They just sort of lean over and go, all right. Yeah. No.
Bix is a professor?
Nah, this is a human.
Yeah.
Oh, they look half elf.
Oh.
But it's actually 3 kobolds in a suit.
It's actually 3 kobolds in a trench coat. You don't know that. They're in a human suit this time. They're like, we can't go to school and be a furry. It's mutually exclusive. Just go, okay, all right. I understand that perhaps thievery is not something well looked upon, and I want to impress upon all you students to not steal things. It will not be helpful. I will be reporting this to the headmistress, and she will deal with that accordingly. But I goes, thank you. Oh, it's cool. It's not like I need this job or anything. Right, I will be reporting this to the headmistress. She will deal with it accordingly. I will say the royal guard are perhaps not the kindest when it comes to doling out proper punishments.
They're just not very kind in general. They also kind of ruined our lockers in there.
I noticed
They're
that.
bitches.
I thought that was maybe part of the fight. That was the guards. Okay.
No, that was the guards.
Okay. So we'll let headmistress deal with this, and you all get to your next classes. I will be dealing with Paradigm myself. And in the future, your name. I'm sorry, I don't have you for my classes. And they look at you, Salem.
I'll tell them my name.
Let's go. In the future, you. I don't. Right. Okay. In the future, at least if you're planning to blackmail someone, ensure that you can get your items and then stab them. At least take your gold and then
I
go.
didn't even. I just wanted a list.
You just say, here's the list. Basic potion components, a rare flower that you've never heard of, and the basic effects for an advanced healing potion that has been lost for over 3,000 years. So if you can get those for me, that would be great.
Well, you have the flower.
Oh my goodness! I don't know what this is. Perhaps I can put it back.
All right, okay. Detention at least. I have to give you detention. Just get right up a slip and go, oh, here you, all right, I'm sorry. That's
I'm not taking detention with you. I'm
Not
gonna
with-
make that much clear.
No, this is Baxter who's going, detention. No, no.
Oh, okay.
It will be with me. You'll have detention with me. I don't think you should take this class anymore. Well, I'll see if I can get the headmistress to write an exception for you. This is a required course. Right, guys, I don't think I'll be teaching this student. So if you want to get specialized classes of some kind, or a different professor, Professor Wizette can probably teach this. Oh, Professor Moriarty's very good, actually, at
You
potions.
would give me.
He can't hurt you, not on school property. Physically, he can't. So, rejoice in that.
All right, so we done here?
Yes, get to your classes. I will be speaking with Paradise here about why he felt the need to steal a potion ingredient at all, even. And each of you should get to your courses, please.
I believe it had something to do with an expedition.
Yeah, that's my excuse.
I'm taking my boots off and hooking them into my bag. I'm like, all right, let's go punch something.
Yeah, you would each have separate classes at this point, because you would be taking classes related to your specific class. You would be taking courses related to your specific casting or magical or martial class. But you do see, are either of you sticking around, or are you all leaving? Or do you just want to stick and watch their
My three
conversation?
duplicates are walking away.
I'd probably stick around for just a bit.
If I was dismissed, then I would leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I would leave, grab Cornelius's book, and walk him to class.
Eugene, you're sticking around?
While I
Ju-
walk, I'm gonna
for a little
leave with them and pull Wilrit inside and have a conversation with them. Cornelius can be there too, if they wanted.
Okay, so then I will go to you three after I do Eugene's. Eugene, so you said you were sticking back just to or what were you sticking back for?
Just to kind of, make sure that everything was okay with the teachers.
You
like-
just I mean the moment a couple of you step away, Professor Baxter turns and just goes, "Okay, what is you cannot steal from the royal palace in the middle of the day."
If it doesn't seem like they're immediately paying attention to me, I'm gonna try and hide.
They're not. One of them assumed that you walked away, and the other one is being has their back turned as they immediately turned to talk because they assumed
Yes,
you
I'm
would
just kinda
listen. So yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
First mistake.
Not 19, so stealth. That's 21.
I need to be not the DM when I roll dice.
Yeah, it sucks, don't it?
Look at that, 2, spicy as hell. So yeah, they don't seem to notice you.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sneaking to listen in as much as I can.
So yeah, overhearing this, you would hear that they're definitely. So just, I'm gonna have a fun back and forth with myself for a moment. Paradise, you cannot steal potions Why would you take it in the middle of the day? You have classes to teach. We don't have time for this. What was so important that you needed to steal a potion in the middle of the day? Paradise just goes, it's not really any of your concern, if I'm being incredibly honest. I needed reagents. The guards are significantly more relaxed in the middle of the day because it's daytime. Who would rob during the daytime? It's what everybody thinks. So I, took my chances. Went in. I needed to grab, the flower. And then I needed to get out of there. It's no big deal. Nobody was harmed. I didn't hurt anyone. I mean, I tripped one of the servants and they skinned their elbow, and I didn't have time to heal it, so I kind of just left it. But that's fine. Someone has to know how to, if not magically heal it, patch up a skinned elbow. Someone has to know how to do that. That's not the point, Paradise. You can't. What do you even need? What do you even need a flower for? What were you stealing? What do you even need it for? The school provides any reagents you need within reason. You cannot, obviously, exotic ones are a bit harder to find, but I'm not understanding. And to attack a student? Why would you attack a child? And they're like, hey, no, first of all, not a child. Stabbed me first. Let's clear that up. I got stabbed. And then stopped that real quick. I could have done worse. I should have. But I was polite about it and was like, hey, stop it. I'm just gonna throw a thing in your face. Listen, I could have been really rude and fireballed, but I was polite about it and didn't.
I would have been better with a fireball.
I probably could have survived.
If a 22 dodged, I would have taken half damage, and then I would have used the magical thing to half it again, so I would have taken quarter damage. I would have been fine.
They don't know that. Listen,
anyway, sorry.
I was trying to be polite and not burn their faces off. I genuinely... Cornelius should not be fighting with that 22. Listen, I don't have to... If a student stabs me, I feel like I'm allowed to say I defended myself from getting stabbed. I know we're not supposed to hurt the student, we're stronger than them, and so we must be more responsible, but I also don't have to deal with getting stabbed,
No, that's right.
Like, I know that. There would definitely be disciplinary action for a student stabbing a teacher. For blackmailing? Okay, even if you had actually committed a crime, why not just report you instead of taking matters into... I'm not... You should not attack students. I feel like that should be the main story here. Don't attack a student. I know you were stabbed. Do not attack a student. Deal with them. You could have held them at any point instead of just hurting them. In here. What do you even need what do you need for? What? You couldn't have taken some time off to just go pick it up yourself or go buy something so important? And you see, actually, let me make the perception check as Paradise starts looking around. I hate. No, they don't see anything. They just lean over and go, I needed this. I know it's not, something the school could have gotten me. But it would have taken months. I don't have months. Okay? I don't have a lot of time. And it takes forever to get an Ipsos flower. And they just have one in the capital. And they won't share it. They won't give any cuttings. They just have it. I need it. Okay? I just do. And it's really not anybody's concern why I have it. It's just mine. So, unless you're gonna interrogate me anymore, I think we're done here. And you see Paradise just starts, like, brushing themselves off, and they stand up. And then they just go, right. And they start, like, taking off some of their gloves. And actually, damn, Eugene, you're still in there, aren't you? You do see what their hands look like without their gloves on. You've never seen Professor Paradise take their gloves off before, ever. And they take it off. And you looking at their hands, their hands look like they're dying. It is a, like, bone and black, like, it is bone partially on their hands.
Are we talking, what's his name? The American guy who always shows up on stuff. Was a Trump supporter and was entirely purple.
Oh, what's his Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, that's the guy.
What? His hand's purple? No. I mean, like, actual, you can see the bones.
It's a whole thing.
It's a
Oh,
limb.
okay.
His hands are skeletons. and you can see like as it goes from like the very tips of the fingers are bones, and then as it passes down, it looks like just like decomposing flesh on each of their hands, and they just pull their gloves off and go right eye, and they take off the like alchemy gloves and pull on a set of like smaller, thinner gloves. Just go right eye, goggles off. Have somewhere to be. If I'm not going to be teaching classes for the rest of the day, then I need to go pack up my things. Excuse me. And they just walk out of the classroom. Which, while that's happening, let's cut on to this scene that was happening outside of it that whole time. So you three, what were y'all talking about? Salem, you said you were going to pull Will Red over to the side.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing going on. Stop it.
Okay.
Nothing going on about what exactly?
They said that I was protecting someone.
Isn't that a good thing? Is that something to be upset about?
I'm not protecting anyone.
All right. My bad. That was pretty wild, though.
I'll storm off.
Glad we had this conversation.
Bye.
I hate this job.
Job.
That's what I shout as I'm walking away.
Subtlety.
Does
What
student
job?
count as a job? I don't think so.
I mean, I'm not getting paid for this shit. Are you getting paid for this shit?
No, my family would probably like that.
Yeah, mine too.
Huh.
Weird.
Very weird. And then they wanted 50 gold from a teacher? Even weirder.
Yeah, take some balls. These teachers are fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, they're new here.
My Google Chrome just crashed.
Whoop.
No!
Don't worry, I'm coming back in, I promise.
Listen, the professor found you.
Yeah, I would never have the balls to go after a teacher.
Nope, me neither. I wouldn't really have a reason to.
I mean, some of these professors are legit war criminals, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in agreement. It's weird they're getting paid to go to school, and even weirder that they attacked a teacher.
Yeah. Walk at a class?
Sounds great.
Right on. I'll pick up the library books and head to class before I sprint back to mine.
Yeah, so you're on your way to wizard's class, which you're also going to wizard class, right, Salem?
No, I need to go to the bathroom and smoke. No, yeah.
The school doesn't allow smoking on campus. You can murder other students, but you can't smoke.
Yeah,
This
sure.
is a non-smoking campus.
It's a non-smoking campus.
Class.
You can also just not go if you would like. You don't have to go to classes.
I'm gonna go there and be angry.
Oh my god.
So I will say then, yeah, you will probably, Cornelius and Lorette, you are going the exact same direction as Salem.
Stomping my feet as I'm going along.
Also, Lorette, it's not far. Honestly, of the classes you would have to go to, wizard classes are probably the closest to your classes.
Oh, perfect.
So they're they're right here, and you need to go here. So you're good. But yeah, they're not super far.
Cool.
And then warlock courses are where you're going, Eugene, which are, I don't remember where they are. Let me check.
As we're walking out, I was like, so what's it like taking like wizard classes?
Does Moriarty teach that class?
He teaches most of the wizarding courses. I will say, you're taking specifically transmutation, which I believe is a different teacher. Let me check who's got the transmutation classes.
Oh, enchantment.
Enchantment, not transmutation.
Yeah.
Not him. I think that's Professor no, they do abjuration. Enchantment, no, would actually be in the same classes as Eugene. as your enchantment teacher is Lady Lilith von Stein. She freaks you out just a little bit because she's just straight up a lich, and that kind of confuses you. For the most part.
No.
Yeah. My classes are, well, my teacher is a bit intimidating.
But yeah.
Definitely doesn't have any skin. But they know
Oh.
their stuff, so it's still interesting.
She is she usually wears like armor, like metal armor over her chest, and then like a tattered blue dress. It looks like like what would have been the dress she was buried in, of like a very pretty and nice blue ballroom gown, but it is tattered from like years of use. She's very thin, like sucked to the bone skin. She has no muscles on her body whatsoever. Like there are very few, enough to keep the body moving, but not enough to like give definition. And her face is so sunken in that it's objectively just a skeleton. She's got like long white hair and then like a circlet gold crown with 3 prongs on it. And she walks around with a giant like green staff with a skull on top of it and glowing green eyes. But she's probably the nicest of teachers you've had so far, mainly because she seems to like care about the students in a way that the other teachers don't. Like she wants to make sure no one gets hurt in her class, so most of her courses are pretty chill. You've only had her for the enchantment classes and 1 or 2 illusion classes. She teaches also all of the necromancy classes. She's also usually the one in charge of all of the bardic courses, although you're not exactly sure what goes on in there. She teaches 1 of the warlock courses. She's pretty like well-rounded, but she's of the teachers maybe the most, in the weird way, normal, because she doesn't care about like she cares about the students in a way of like, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm already dead. What more will you do to me?
Gotcha. Yeah. So she's, I don't know if you know what a lich is, but that's what she is, but she's very polite about it.
Isn't that like an undead thing?
That's greatly simplifying it, but yes.
Oh. That's kind of wild. They tried to get me to take magic classes, but the general said no.
Ah, that's your teacher. Well, what are they like?
I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. They're kind of a hard ass, but like they break you down to try and make you better. So, I mean,
see.
it's definitely made me tougher.
And you are certainly tough.
I try. They've almost killed me a few times, but like shit happens.
Oh wow. Yep. Physical classes are not for me.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty fun. It's I don't know. He's pretty intense, but alive, so
That's a step above my teacher.
but yeah, he's pretty serious about like no magic and stuff like that. So he didn't, other than the required stuff, I don't have any magic courses.
Is that pretty rare in the school to have absolutely no magic courses?
It's pretty rare. There are a couple of people who have like mainly combat courses, but even then, some of them will go just. You've definitely had people who can't cast, but are definitely interested in like learning about it. A lot of the people who started here purely as fighters became like Eldritch Knights because they just wanted to learn 1 or 2 spells, purely because it seemed interesting to them. You also did have a lot of the wizards at your school and like casters who learned 1 or 2 combat like ways of combat just because they thought it was interesting. It is rare to find people who are purely on the combat, no magic whatsoever. Usually someone knows a cantrip or someone is trying to learn how potions work. Because even if they don't want to learn advanced magics, most people are trying to learn basics.
Gotcha.
Lorette's one of the cool outliers. He's just like not only fighting.
Very cool.
Head empty, 1 brain cell.
1 brain cell. Even the barbarians learn. A lot of them don't learn magic, but like even you rarely go to those classes, but you can hear them yelling, and some of them do learn like wild magic barbarians, where they just kind of have ambient magic around them, regardless of if they're casting it or not.
Well, if you ever have questions about magic, I will gladly answer them, so you don't have to sit in any classes.
I appreciate that. It's if they weren't required, I would not go.
It's the least I can do for you carrying my books around all day.
Oh yeah, no, it's no problem. I mean, I don't mind. Might as well be useful somehow.
Oh.
You seem like a very useful person, actually. That came off wrong. I mean, you're very nice.
Thank you.
Right. Well, I shouldn't keep you from your class, and I should be
yeah.
getting to mine. I will give an awkward thumbs up back.
Yep. I will pass the books along and awkwardly back away. Like,
Is my teacher the Lich?
See you later.
What kind of wizard are you? No, you wouldn't
Wizard,
have it
regular
because
wizard.
you're
Yeah.
no, I mean which let me check your sheet so I can see which school of magic you have.
Blade song, but it's still regular.
Okay,
like
so
a wizard.
blade singing. So you would probably be then no, you would have Dr. Shore as your teacher because she teaches magic in relation to specifically combat.
But that
So she's the one who does war magic. She's the one who does abjuration. She's the teacher for like if you want to learn how to blade sing. Your class would probably be split between the two because
all my spells are abjuration.
then you would definitely be with Dr. Shore.
Like that's what I do is abjuration stuff. So
Yeah, so she
whatever that
teaches
is.
abjuration and wards is her course. So that was the
Lich?
Asimar. No, that was the Asimar you saw
Okay.
earlier.
That was Anjawomon.
That'll be less fun. All right.
Yeah,
I
she
was
has.
hoping to walk into the one with the Lich and go, "Oh, come on! Is everyone here a problem?"
You have class with she teaches abjuration and wards, arcane and religious aid, religious sorcery, and war casting. The blade singing course, I believe, is.
I'm not. Would they teach that? I thought that was supposed to be like special.
No, you're right. I don't think they teach blade singing. I think so. It would just
So
be
it'd be abjuration.
Yeah, it would be abjuration, and then still you would be working with Dr. Shore because she teaches specifically war magic, so like combat and magic as it relates to your weapon. So like if you want to learn how to use a magic weapon, spiritual weapon, things like that,
Yeah.
or it's just like I'm physically fighting but with magic. That's her. That's why she's trying to. That is her whole deal, and also religion if you're in the mood.
Okay.
I will head out to my class with the general.
Yes, and so then Wilret and Salem, your classes would probably be in the same area. Because Wilret, yours is on the field, and Salem, yours is in the building right next to the field.
Cool. During any spare time, I'm just going to be whacking a training dummy if there's one around.
And then I need to check and see if the camera has popped up for me, because I forgot to do that. And copy solo link. I'm going to do this. Update your cams. Eugene, you would also have the, Oh no, why
Oh no.
your camera not popped back in. No.
Oh.
Why did it do this to me?
I do have an important question though.
Yes, please.
Would I be able to
There we go.
accidentally on purpose knock over like a leftover notebook when I was in what's their name's class? The other
Paradise?
teacher was still there.
Oh, Paradise? Yeah, you would be able to.
Yeah. Because the other teacher was still in there.
Yeah, so those three they had the conversation, kind of walked off, and you were still inside. You saw Paradise pull their gloves off. You saw their hands, which were the like decomposing slowly, and like it seemed to travel past their gloves and like up past the sleeves of it meet sort of here. So like where my arms are. So the sleeves and the gloves meet here. So at least travels about that far.
Okay.
Before they pull on another set of gloves, and they seem to just walk out after taking
the
off
other
helmet and all
teacher
that.
was still there, correct?
Yeah, the other teacher is just kind of doing this, just like slowly like nursing their migraine. That's just gonna become a problem later.
I'm gonna kind of like peek up for just a second, see if they're looking. Just kind of knock over a notebook cat style. And then act like I was going to pick it up like I forgot it.
Roll a deception check for me. Or sleight of hand.
Hey. Which one?
Either one, whichever's higher.
Deception.
Oh, that's right. You're trained in that because you know.
22.
22. Yeah, so you knock over the book and then make a grab to pick it up, and it looks pretty. You look pretty convincing. As you just kind of the professor just turned to you.
I'm sorry. I think I left this behind.
No, it's fine. Just make sure to get your books and go on to your next class. We're gonna
About
be starting soon.
what just everything that just kind of.
Right? Are you? Do you need to? The guidance counselor should still be open. If you perhaps need that instead.
No. It's kind of more on a thing of like well, my brother always tells me that people should be treated with kindness, especially if they're going through something difficult. And I'd like to believe that a lot of the staff here are like good people, that they wouldn't really do anything that was illegal or immoral without any good reasoning behind it. And I kind of wanted to see if there was a way that I could um make it up to what happened to just the professor just now, because I feel really bad and I don't know what to do, and I kind of.
Right. Your Pontius' little sibling, right?
Yeah, that's me, Eugene.
Okay. Great older brother, amazing student. I don't think right now, Professor Paradise's not mad, not at you. That's not.
Not like that. Like I know that my friends were really like kind of on the cusp of like get them in trouble, get them in trouble.
Well, I mean, they did commit a crime in broad daylight.
Is there something that I can do to kind of? I don't know, like. It's a flower. I don't know why like everyone's so torn up about a flower. You know, what's the big deal?
It's they stole from Her Majesty's garden. I'm not sure if you were old enough at the time, but Her Majesty's garden is a place the royal family has not opened. But before her passing, she allowed any traveler to come and see her beauties of her flowers, pick a sampling if they needed it, and after she passed, they closed it down. And I believe.
Forgive me for speaking out of term, but wouldn't she want them to keep doing that? Like,
I'm not really in charge of what the royal family decides to do with their home.
if it was open to the people one time before, it should be open again. And I guess, you know, there probably was something there. Like, I doubt that they would go in for something absolutely, like, unnecessary.
I do believe perhaps Professor Paradise was being a bit hasty.
What if that's necessary? What if something was happening?
It might be, but again, this is not really something for you to concern yourself about. They'll be fine. Headmistress will deal with it, and ideally, afterwards, you needn't worry.
Does she have to?
I mean, it's been reported. It is now my responsibility to inform the headmistress.
I made a mistake in my report.
In your own memories that you handed to me.
Yes.
Right. Well, then I suppose I will still have to report to the headmistress that the guards came on campus for some reason.
If that's all that you can say, that would be nice.
I will make my announcements as they need to be made. Unfortunately. And that is what will need to happen. But I wouldn't worry about Professor Paradise. They'll be fine.
Okay. I just scurry out and head to class.
Hey. So you also have class with Lady von Stein?
Okay.
So
Am I gonna get there in time?
yeah, I mean you're leaving early. Technically, you would have had an hour of
Oh, that's true.
your
Okay.
alchemy class. So yeah,
Yeah, we good.
I mean you
We
could
good.
technically lays around, or you can go to class early. It's not like there isn't another class you could sit in on. But yeah, technically you will all be early to your classes.
Yeah, I'd kind of just relax around the area
Also, where was her name?
and
'Cause
then
I
head
can't
to
find it.
class.
I can't find the name of the headmistress. I wrote it down somewhere. I don't remember.
I would immediately start going to like exercises.
So yeah, I will narrate then real quick what each of you do once you get to class, starting with Cornelius and Eugene, since you're going to be in the same course. Cornelius, you definitely got there before Eugene, so as you pop in, you do see that Lady von Stein is giving a lecture to some of the fifth years. Just going, is something the matter? Are you all right?
That was directed to me.
That is directed to you, Cornelius, since you will be the first to get to class.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm very sorry for being late. There was a commotion at my last class, but I'm good.
You are early, but feel free. You can take a seat and get to your courses.
Oh.
You're in my enchantment class, I believe, yes?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. That will be in another 15 minutes. But for now, just feel free to sit in and listen.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. I will sit as close as I can and
Yeah.
watch whatever lesson is being taught to people who are way above me in school.
Yeah, most of the seats are taken up, but there are a few in like the middle. This is the illusion magic class. So you are able to learn a couple of things about how illusion magic works. Some pretty useful. Actually, go ahead and make an intelligence check for me. If you would be so kind.
The dice was not so kind.
No.
That's 6.
No. I am so sorry.
I rolled a 2.
I'm gonna roll this and hope. I didn't do better. I rolled a 3. So, yeah, you're kind of just sitting in. It's a little bit above your knowledge. You're already not super familiar with illusion magic, and then adding on top of it that this is maybe a little bit high level for you. Some of it you get, like, you're pretty generally familiar with how illusion magic works, but you're not completely understanding on like how do we like completely shift reality into an illusion, and that seems to be kind of what's going on over here. And so a little bit it's just kind of above your pay grade of like, I haven't learned the basics. This is kind of advanced for me. But you are able to get some kind of information. You may add, you said you got a 6. So let me roll a D100 and then check and I will give you an answer then. You may add 1 illusion spell to your spell book of first level or first level.
First level? Okay, I will do that.
Okay. And then as that is happening, Eugene, you also pop in really quick while this lecture is happening. Or were you going straight into the classroom, or were you going to wait? You're muted. You're muted. In Discord.
Yeah, that would do it. I'd probably walk into class because I have absolutely no sense of time.
So yeah, you pop on in, and as you do, Lady Von goes, another student? Are you also coming in early for... I'm sorry, what was it?
Patron bond?
Right, of course. Okay. That will be in 15 minutes, so...
Oh, I'm sorry, did you, should I...
Just take a seat, you'll be fine. Why don't you take a seat next to the other student who popped in early? You see Will Rat. I mean, not Will Rat, Cornelius.
Will Rat!
What are you doing in here, Will Rat? Wrong class.
Where the fuck am I?
I just kind of...
Oh, hello. It's you again.
Is it okay if I take a seat right next to you?
Oh, yes, of course. Are we friends now?
I'd like to think so.
Good, me too.
Friends. And then I extend my hand very awkwardly for a handshake.
I will shake with my very tiny little hand.
Tiny little hand. All right.
But yeah, you are able to sit in also on the tail end of this illusion magic sort of lecture. Warlocks don't get magic by hearing it from other people, right? They have to get it from their patron.
Nah, we
Okay,
kind
then
of get
yeah.
it from the sugar daddies.
Then yeah, I can't. You're just listening in. It's a little, but
It's cool to hear about. I really like listening
it
to
gives you a better like. It's a little advanced for you, but it's a cool understanding of just how illusion magic works. And then Salem and Wilret, you guys are going to the same place. Like you, Wilret, you have to walk through where Salem's classes would be to get to yours. As the
Okay.
fighting hall and the arena that you take your classes in are sort of connected. So the fighting hall is at the edge of a cliff, and then it leads out into a like long plank, and then that leads into the Black Sun Coliseum, which is where you take your outdoor training.
I'll kind of give like a 2-finger salute to Salem as I pass by to go to class.
I'll acknowledge their existence.
Oh, thank you.
Salem, we'll start with you first. So you pop into class. You're a little bit early, or are you going into the classroom, or are you just gonna wait outside?
No, I spent all the time up until class would start fighting on a dummy if there's one nearby.
Oh, then yeah, then you would definitely be going to the exact same place then as Will. As you, the
Yeah.
dummies are in the fighting field or in the Coliseum.
More angry than Salem could ever admit.
So then you are there fighty. And Willret, you pop in there for classes. You can see that General Weimer is sort of watching if Salem beats to death a couple of dummies.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah, I'll just start like warming up and stretching and like doing what I'm supposed to do.
Before you can start, he does grab you and sort of like tap your shoulder and just go, "Do you know this one?"
I have some classes with them.
They're gonna be, and it's just sort of like clench their whole arm and, or are they magic? Do you say?
A little bit of both.
Shame.
But they are skilled,
Good potential.
sir.
Do you think you could try convincing them for this instead of magic? Go for it.
Yes, sir.
And then he lets you go then to go start warming up.
Yeah, I'll start stretching like I'm supposed to.
Oh,
What the fuck? Why?
I heard a cat in the background.
Oh no, that's because Knox is sitting up here on my tower, and then Watson jumped up next to Knox on the tower and just like took a swipe at him
Oh, fighting
for
boy.
for no fucking reason.
Angry
Rude.
for no reason.
Guys, do not
Chaos
fight up there.
child.
Oh, Watson's a chaos child.
Absolute criminals. Just
Are
having
they about to have a Lion King moment? Like,
I'm afraid so.
Oh my god.
And I think Watson's just going to use his size to usurp the throne.
Oh, absolutely cold. But okay, so yeah, you two.
if it starts happening, try to film that.
Okay, yeah, I'll just stop. If I just stop talking to all of you and you hear noises, I'm filming cats Lion Kinging it.
Yes. But I will say after a couple of minutes, your classes do start. So Willret, you're already where you need to be. Out there training. Once class actually starts, well, for you, class actually started at 15 minutes early, as General Weimers just started giving you drills to do outside, and started giving, like, was just yelling at you about your form, like, hey, no, lock your knees, move your arm up.
Yeah.
Salem, after about 15 minutes, your class does start. Are you going to stay on the combat field, or do you want to go in for your other class?
Well, no one tried to convince me otherwise, so I'd probably just follow the rules for the time being.
To go to your abjuration class, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, your abjuration class isn't far from here. It is literally the building that is how you get in. And it is with Dr. Shore, and she will start with abjuration. You're a blade song.
Yeah,
Again?
and most of my spells that I use right now are abjuration.
So she sort of starts it with so that for that course, it's a lot of teaching you like how to imbue magic into your weapons, how to use magic to enhance your weapons further and get them to like go to like attack harder and come back to you. It is a lot of very like useful magic, specifically for blade singing. It's not specific to blade singing, but it helps you more with that as it is specifically about combat magic. And then for you, Cornelius and Eugene, after about 15 minutes, the illusion magic class ends, and you both have separate classes. So you're not entirely sure how this is going to work out. Generally speaking, you're either in one of you is either in this. You've never come into this classroom early, so you've never been sure how it works. But Professor, or not Professor, Lady Von Stein, as she prefers to be called, she does not enjoy being called Professor. Just sort of looks at you and goes, okay, right. This will be a bit difficult with students in the classroom, but suppose this can be helped. It can't be helped. If you two could just stay still for me, make sure you have all of the items that you will need to yourselves. Don't share them with each other.
Did you want us to leave?
It's fine, it's fine. And just hold your breath for a brief moment.
Okay.
And then just, you feel like the entire room is like ripping and warping around you. And then, bloop, for a brief moment, Eugene, you don't see Cornelius next to you anymore. And Cornelius, you don't see Eugene. You're still in the same classroom, you just don't see them.
If I reach my hand out to where they were, can I feel them?
Yes, you do feel someone there.
Do I
Oh,
feel?
You feel an arm.
Interesting.
Oh, I don't know if you can hear me, but sorry.
You do not hear anything.
I'm gonna very meekly try and reach out in response.
Cornelius, you feel like a meek, like blind pat as well.
I will give the blind Pat a little high five.
Nice.
Oh,
Lady One goes, okay, right. Extra lesson for the two of you when trying to teach classes. And you were both hearing the exact same thing, mind you. When trying to teach classes at the exact same time, because the school refuses to hire assistants for me, I sometimes need to be 2 places at once. So, please refrain. You two, inside of the class, it's a little bit harder to ensure that no one can touch each other. Usually I wait until they're outside, and then I don't have to worry about students accidentally sitting on each other or in the same seats. But for you two, at least, enjoy your connection. You're taking, I believe, Patron Bond it was, right?
yes, that's me.
And you were Works of Enchantment, Mr. Cobbler.
Yes, that's right.
Lovely students. All right. Give me a brief moment to split this for myself quickly, and then we'll get ready with your courses. And you see, she just like takes a moment, and her own eyes glow bright green as well as the staff in her hand. She goes, "Oh, always weird seeing double." Right. And other students start pouring into the classes for you, Eugene, and you, Cornelius. And yeah, your classes start for. Actually, both of you make an Arcana check for me at advantage because you did just take an illusion magic class, and this pertains to that.
I apparently don't know how to roll above 10, but I got a 15.
18.
With an advantage? Oh, I'm so sorry. With a 15 and an 18, you both were just in the class where Lady Von Stein talked about illusion magic warping reality for the people around it and changing it so that they would only see what they needed to. So you think probably, which something you've never noticed before, is that reality for this classroom has been warped and split into multiple classrooms. So that Lady Von Stein can teach multiple classes at the same time, and then she is splitting herself to teach into each of those classes.
I will definitely make notes about that quickly on the side of my book and then go back to taking the proper notes.
I just slowly raise my hand.
Right.
Because I'm assuming they're still coming in.
Yeah, students are still coming in. A lot of students are looking at you like, how did you get here early? Or some of them are like, you came here early and didn't just hang out for an hour?
Is that painful?
No. The splitting, no. Perhaps when you're younger, it might hurt a little, but after some years, it stops becoming an issue. And having no nerve endings really does help.
Oh.
So, Even if I could feel pain, even if it was painful, I wouldn't feel it.
Um, I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, no problem. Please, it was a long time ago. I was a foolish young girl, wanted to live forever. We all make mistakes in our youth, but we live with them. Or unlive with them.
Cut to Salem.
Hard cut, Salem beating the shit out of a trading dummy.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god.
fine. Perhaps if you ever feel the need to live forever one day in a sort of half-life, it's not terribly awful. I'll be honest.
No, I never intended on living forever. That's mm-mm.
It's not for everyone. Not everyone feels. You have family. It's harder when there's family.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have none. And you see the class just sort of starts, and she just like turns away and goes, "Okay." And for the rest of the class, and then she just stops
I'm
having the
sorry.
conversation. She's like, "Nah, I'm good. That was it." And then boom. And I guess that is where we're gonna end our session at 2 more classes. Tomorrow we'll get 2, or next week 2 more classes done.
Don't worry, this 4-shot is going to be a 15-shot.
I know it was supposed to be
fine.
only
Listen,
4
it's so
episodes,
much
but we
fun.
good.
It might just go a little longer.
We might just go a little longer. We had 2 out of 4. We're halfway through. We
Look,
got
I
through
tried
one
to
day.
shorten it. I tried my best to shorten it.
How?
You
By getting us all
actively
killed.
provoked
True.
a fight with a professor.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
saying try to.
if you all died, I would have to shorten the campaign.
That's
Yeah,
true.
see, I was actively trying to shorten it for us. See, I did my best. I'm sorry, everyone.
No apologies.
I love
No
it.
apologies.
It's fine. It was hilarious.
It's wild.
I just wanted to blackmail a teacher.
I mean, you are allowed to try anything, and you are allowed to experience as the consequence of said anything tried.
Oh my god.
But you're good.
Consequence.
Like,
Ah.
I was just a
Well, no
song.
consequences
Look,
chasing
I
me
was
right now.
Deadpool running away from Captain America with his shield. Like,
You
I'm just...
You took it and you had to book it. We will see you next week for Badoom Ching. Guess what?
What is Badoom?
That's the
Alright.
wrong one. It's the drum roll. My brain went drum roll,
Yeah,
but then said
yeah.
Badoom Ching.
Are you calling them a joke?
Oh, I am. Yes, I'm a
I
joke.
am.
I
I am
guess
also
what
a joke.
What's gonna be? Where you here? It's your game.
Finally.
Oh,
Ah,
oh.
E. I'm gonna be running the core on Friday.
There we go. I was like,
yay!
Don't worry, I'll
woo.
try to blackmail a teacher in that too.
Perfect.
Blackmail.
I mean, you can sufficiently blackmail a very anxious alchemist.
Alright, I'll keep it in mind. With my 4 or 6 intelligence character. I cannot remember which one it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do some blackmail
I think it's 6.
with a 4 int. I don't think you can have a 4 int, actually. And then after that will be other
Okay.
things like
Yeah.
It's me. It's my turn again. We'll see what happens to our intrepid adventurers on the open river trip boat thing.
Woo.
We're gonna Huckleberry Finn this shit.
Ooh, worries.
Will they Huckleberry win? We don't know.
Stop while you're behind.
And then I guess next week on Sunday we'll do another 2 periods. School.
If even that.
We'll do 1 class. And then I'll see y'all later.
Class.
But
Yeah, you
thanks
guys
for being here.
have a great rest of your week.
I'm never blackmailing a teacher again.
You can
Yeah, why did that even cross your mind?
you can try if you'd like. You can always try whatever you want. I'm gonna let you try whatever you'd like.
Well, until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Oh
I'm just
my
leaning in.
God.
I'm leaning into this now.
I should have
Thanks so
ended it
much for
sooner.
watching.
All right.
We'll see you on
Have a great week,
Friday.
everyone.
See ya.
Better grades.
Bye.
I was...
Bye.